try to stick to my promise to not cuss so much. So we got to figure out some type of strategy to help me not cuss so much.
So there's no such thing as cuss words, right?
Expound.
So there's no such thing. Most cuss words are just acronyms. Say for instance,
is that really true? Because I've heard that before.
True. Take for instance the word shit.
Mm-hmm.
It's not really a curse word. It's an acronym. So the cargo ships, when they used to bring cargo in, there was some that would smell really, really bad.
Mm-hmm.
And so they will write on it SHIT, which meant ship high in transit. So they would put it on the top to keep the smell off of the deck. And so when people will unload it, go in there and unload those cargo ships, they would tell me they smell like shit because that was on the cargo ship on the box.
What
smell like shit?
I've heard fuck stand for something.
Fuck. So back in the day, regular people really couldn't have sex.
Mm-hmm.
You had to get consent. And so what they would do, you would have to go to the king and get consent to actually have sex.
Right.
So it meant
fornication under the king.
Under consent
of the king. Yeah, that's what I heard. Right.
So there's really no fucking curse words.
Well, YouTube disagrees.
What is ass? It's just a donkey.
So is ass just only short for donkey? Is that an acronym as well?
It's a small
right. Bitch is a cat.
Bitch is a female dog.
Dog. Female dog. Right. Female dog.
Feline is a cat.
Feline is a cat. Look at me.
Or a pussy cat. That's what they would call it.
Did you? Okay, so you know where the word pussy comes from?
No, I don't know what the word pussy comes from.
You know where it comes from, Liam?
I don't.
Pusillanimous.
Mm.
That's actually a real word.
Pusillanimous.
Pusillanimous. Hold on, let me hear it.
Or pussy willow.
Pusillanimous.
It's a fucking flower.
Showing lack of courage or determination. Timid.
Yeah, so you're a pussy. You're a puss.
So
what's the word?
That's your word.
Pusillanimous.
Look, pusillanimous.
So people used to think it came from pussy, like from a chick. You calling the dude a chick.
Right.
So you calling him a pussy. But it's really pusillanimous, meaning you a coward or timid.
Yeah.
Right.
But all these years, that's not what you do. My mic is burning?
Yeah. No, I had incense was right there.
Oh, I'm about to say.
You got to agree with that. I didn't even know that mug was burning right here.
Oh, but no, that's dope though. I didn't know that was all cuss words though. I did hear about the F word. I did hear about fuck, but I did not hear that it was all cuss words like that. Yeah. So you're saying there's no cuss word?
Right, there's really no fuck cuss words.
Motherfucker.
Motherfucker is just
a combination.
But where that come from?
Sam Jackson.
Of fornication under consent of the king. Nigga, fuck this mama.
This nigga just made up.
I want to see where you gonna try to go with this.
Right.
I want to see where you gonna try to go with this.
King gave that nigga consent to fuck his mama.
What's another cuss word that we use? Is damn a cuss word? Is that considered a cuss word or no?
You couldn't say it when you was a kid growing up.
Damn is short for
you couldn't say that shit.
Right, damnation. Right, you're right.
Yeah, so it's not really a curse word.
Did you say asshole?
Yeah, my asshole. That's actually a thing, though.
Is it a donkey?
Is that a no?
Yeah, the donkey and his hole. Look at the asshole. Just motherfucking added words to shit.
That's very interesting.
But there really aren't any
some good knowledge from Mr. Sam I am to kick off the show. Let me bring up the show in the group, get it cracking. You know what I mean? 1 second here. How y'all gentlemen feeling today? Everybody good?
Don't chew in the mic. I got a message saying like watch chewing in the mic. And them chips was crunchy as hell, man.
How y'all gentlemen feeling today? Everybody copacetic?
I'm great, man. I'm feeling good, man. It's been a good day.
That's a Smokey the Bear hat?
Oh, yeah.
I kind of like that though.
Yeah, I got it for like $8 at Myers. You can't go get this motherfucker though. That'll be lame.
You was under some impression that I was now gonna follow up behind you and go get the same.
Yeah, pretty much.
Why would you think I want to wear anything that you wear?
I don't even have to answer that. You already know.
So you under the impression that you a stylish, bitch?
I'm more stylish than you. when I choose to.
Yeah, you better throw some type of caveat in that mama. You know?
Yeah.
What's up, Sam? How you feel, G?
God damn.
Oh boy.
Oh shit. Y'all already know what time it is.
Oh boy, you already know how this finna go.
Good, man. I can't complain.
Put the mic a little closer to you. Make sure it's closer
I
to
always
your
tell
mouth.
people I can't complain because the motherfucker I complain to, it's my therapist.
What did I say to you earlier?
$200 every time I complain. So I try to complain as less.
Hold on, you
as
got to pay your
possible.
therapist $200 a session.
Yeah.
And let me ask you this, because I've been considering therapy.
Mm-hmm.
God,
Does your therapist more or less like help guide you to the answers that you seek in the form of like asking you questions,
Mm-hmm.
or do they somewhat diagnose you and tell you what they think is the issue based on what they've asked you and your answers and so on and so forth?
So
Or is it a combination of the both?
I was going to say it's a combination of the both.
Okay.
Based on her knowledge and what she does and what she's dealt with, even in her personal life.
Well,
She shows you and tells you, she gives you a different view from how you would regularly see things, or show you why you're doing things. So her job is to not just go surface, she goes beyond the surface.
okay.
Because if, let's say, if it's something you're doing, she's not going to go off what you're doing. Let's talk about why you're doing this. Let's talk about when you started doing this, when you first noticed you were doing this.
I bet motherfuckers in the group feel like I need a therapist because they want to know why I
And
be doing what the
so-
fuck I be doing.
Yeah, she goes deep. She
Yeah.
don't just deal with the surface. She know what you're saying, but there's a reason why you're doing what you're doing. Now let's dive into that.
Right. And usually a good therapist will not tell you why you doing that shit. They want you to self-discover.
Yep.
I tell you, Joe,
They really want you to self-discover. A real good therapist ain't telling you shit.
Nah,
they
she
just
ain't telling
ask
you
you. They strategically asking questions to help
Right,
you
'cause you've been in
unpack.
therapy too.
Yeah, I've gone to
And
3.
then she's like,
Let
do
me
you
ask y'all
notice a
this.
trend?
I-
Do you notice a pattern? And I'm like, God damn, I didn't
Right, right.
notice that.
Yeah,
What the
the
fuck?
proverbial light bulb just go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
are we in a safe space?
Yeah.
You
Mhm.
sure? It's just us?
it's just us 3 here.
Okay, cool.
Nobody else is going to hear this.
Okay, that's important. 'Cause I don't want my business out there. Joe, I got an issue, Joe.
Duh, motherfucker.
Look, we all got 'em. We all
Nah,
have
but I got an
true story.
issue I got to resolve,
Mhm.
and I can't figure it out. And I had it for a while. It's getting worse. You know what it is?
Watch this nigga.
This is about to be some bullshit.
What
Damn,
is
why
it?
y'all-
'Cause we know you come
See,
with the
I just asked you,
bullshit.
was it a safe space?
You know what? You did.
I'm trying to
You
open
did.
up
You
to
did.
my
You did.
brothers.
My
My bad.
apologies.
This
My
is
apologies.
But we
clearly
know Lance,
difficult
man.
for me. You can see me pausing and hesitating. I'm normally very self-assured. And
Mm.
as I'm about to open up to my dark skinned nigga shit. See, y'all some uncanny bastards, Joe. You
We
know what I'm saying?
listening. We listening.
We're listening though.
Now y'all listening.
Yeah.
We've been
Here,
listening.
let me restart. Let me get my equilibrium back center. You know what I'm saying? To y'all fuck. But I'm saying I am going through something, Joe. I be crying for no reason, Joe. It's a certain stimuli, but it's happening more often. That's just a problem. That's just a real problem.
Are you serious? First
I
of all,
am
before we
dead
start,
I am
Right.
100% dead. Now, when I say crying, I don't mean boo-hoo. I
Right.
mean,
Yeah.
Balling.
no, I mean just tears. Like
Mhm.
I'm not like, but like
like
my
the
eyes
one,
will well up.
like the one glory Denzel tear.
Sometimes it's more than one. Sometimes
So
it's more
it's,
than one.
Yeah.
you dealing with your emotions.
I ain't going through nothing. I could be riding in the car.
Doesn't matter. You
doesn't
dealing
matter.
with something.
Yeah, I gotta
And
figure out
that's
what
the
it is
thing.
though. Why does be like,
That's the
listen,
thing. Like you think it's nothing.
No,
And
no, no, no.
that's the-
I don't think it's nothing. I can't figure out
where you
what
said
it
you're
is.
not
Right.
going through anything.
Did I say
You
that?
said, yeah.
Yeah, you said you're
dealing
not
with
going.
nothing.
No, okay. So maybe that's not what I meant. What I meant is I won't be going through anything at the time. Like I won't be experiencing any type of emotional high or low at the time. It can just be a chill moment, chilling in the car, see something on the radio or chilling in the house, more like the house. Because it's usually visual stimuli, typically. Matter of fact, I think it's only visual. I'll be watching a TV show or a movie. Let's say I've seen it before and it's never moved me before. Now it's moving me.
So,
but there's nothing new that happened in the movie. Like I've seen it before.
The same shit. Right.
Ain't nothing going on with me in that moment. But
you
this shit
figure out
fucking
what
with me.
that trigger is.
Man,
it's a trigger. It's something has triggered that.
I think I know what the trigger is, and I thought if I could figure out the trigger, I could get over it.
Oh no!
And I figured out the trigger.
You said what?
And I ain't got over it.
Easy.
What's not that easy?
It's to get over that trigger. You need somebody to dive, and that's where a therapist.
That's what I said. That's why I opened it up. Saying I might
dive deeper.
I got to figure that out.
Like, I figure out this trigger. Okay, let's explore this.
I got to figure that out, Joe.
Well, on some
like,
surface,
you find the cave, but now let's go into this cave.
Right.
Let's explore.
And the more I saw your compliment earlier, I appreciate it. I'm working real hard. I'm trying. But go ahead. What you saying?
So on some surface shit, I don't think what you're going through is unusual, because I think as you get older, and this ain't the first time I heard this. I've heard some of my guys say the same thing. I know this necessary. I know it applies to me. I know it applies to me. I don't even know what he said.
Light skin
nigga shit. Yeah. So I know it applies to me. I mean, I know my love. But I know what triggers mine. Okay. You know, mine is triggered by family. You know, laws.
You cry too?
Yeah, nigga, absolutely.
For no reason?
No, I know the reason though.
Oh, that.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I know the reason.
Arms, damn, goddamn.
Yeah, I mean, but no, I mean, I think it's something. It's
Damn, see, ain't no space. Lawrence calling me soft.
Man, I know Lawrence big ass. What's up, Lawrence?
Just us three.
So I was talking to this chick, right?
Judgmental bastards.
I was talking to this chick, and she's a therapist also. Well, she's going to school to be a therapist.
Okay.
And she was saying that she was experiencing the same thing. And what she experienced was, when we think of a nervous breakdown, we think of you running out of the house and just pulling your hair out, or just you on the floor and you just. She said she was having a silent nervous breakdown. Not saying that's what you're going through.
I had an anxiety attack before.
A silent nervous breakdown. Her anxiety.
I was about to ask you, what's the difference between a nervous breakdown and an anxiety attack? Same thing, basically?
Yeah, kind of like the same thing. Yeah.
You ever had an anxiety attack?
I've never.
I have.
You?
I have.
What it feel like?
For me, I couldn't breathe. Like, it was physical. Like, if I've never had a heart attack or anything like that, but I couldn't breathe, and my breathing, like I'm really concentrating on the next breath. You know what I'm saying? And my chest got really tight. So when I got to the hospital, you know, they did all the tests and all that shit. I'm freaking out, and they was like, "Yeah, you just had."
Oh, you went to the hospital?
Oh yeah. This was during that period when my mom was.
I'm trying to figure out if I had that, because I'm at the gym, and I suddenly feel. This is early in 2017, so this is before I was in the career I'm in now. Not the career, but the job I'm at now.
All right.
I was in between. I was unemployed, and my unemployment was about to run out, and I just suddenly felt like
overwhelmed.
Yeah,
man,
overwhelmed.
But I'm in the gym,
doesn't
and
matter.
It's people. No, listen, it's people all around, and I'm like, I feel like I never felt this way before. I feel like I'm about to lose it, but I can't like necessarily describe, but like I said, I feel like something building up, like I'm finna start crying or something. So I walk off. I think I was on the Stepmaster. I was about to get on. I walk over and I go sit in the motherfucking corner of the gym. And I just close my eyes and I just start breathing, like trying to just take real measured breath. And I swear to God, this happened. And I literally said to myself, I'm about to have a nervous breakdown. I'm about in the middle of this fucking gym. Like, if I don't get my shit together, like, I'm finna fucking lose it, Joe.
Yeah.
And I was like, I gotta do something to take control of my life. And I said to myself, listen, I said, I'm about to do something I don't want to do. Like, in the middle of that nervous breakdown, because like I was sweating and I hadn't even got on the Stepmaster yet. Like, I'm sitting in this chair I'm thinking everybody's staring at me. But they ain't. But I feel that way. I'm sitting here, I'm sweating, and I just feel overwhelmed. And I think I'm about to cry. But I start trying to think my way out, because I ain't never been through this. So this is just my way of trying to figure this shit out. And I'm like, I'm finna call somebody I don't want to call. I'm finna swallow my pride and do something I've been avoiding doing to try to get me out of my situation. Because I feel like my situation is what's fucking with me. I made that call. That shit led to a gig that I didn't end up staying at. You know what I'm saying? But in that, before I say that you said you had to go to the hospital. I didn't. I just was able.
So this is the day that my mom decided to go into hospice care. And something happened at the hospital. I think I talked to you about this. I may even talk to you about it. But something happened in the hospital.
Toxoplasmosis. What the fuck is Lawrence?
Something happened in the hospital where it made me get upset. I mean, like really pissed off. Like something like negligence of the nurse or the staff.
I think
right?
you told me about this.
Yeah, I did.
You're right.
And I lost my shit. So I'm yelling, I'm screaming, and this and that. And this is again, hours before that, my mom was just like, son, I'm done. Right. So I started driving. I'm driving. I'm actually going to like do some karaoke, get my mind off of it, just trying something.
Right.
From 167 on 57, before I even got to 159, this overwhelming feeling came over. And I think somebody said in the comments, it felt like my chest was tight. So I called somebody and I couldn't even breathe. I'm talking like this. And I'm trying. I'm like really trying to actually talk. And I couldn't. I got off the expressway, went back, was freaking out, went in the hospital, emergency room. And yeah, it was one of the things where my chest was tight. I couldn't breathe. I'm panicking and shit.
Yeah, maybe I was just overwhelmed.
Yeah.
I felt similar things, but I don't think or maybe there's just levels to it. Maybe that's what it is. There's levels.
Or some people are able to control it and
bring
themselves down.
Calm themselves down.
Yeah.
Well, I never been. It's the only time it ever happened to me. So I was trying to self-diagnose at the same time. I didn't want to be breaking down crying in the middle of this gym. So I'm like, I got to figure out a way out of this.
So what did you do?
I told you what I did. I just sat there, closed my eyes, goddamn it, and was like I got to be feeling this way because I knew what I was thinking about before I got to this, I guess, high emotional state.
Right.
So in my mind, I was like, it got to be my situation that's making. So I'm literally sitting there like kind of like shaking and shit, like what, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm just sitting in the chair by the window. I'm like, I gotta figure this out, Joe. I can't fucking cry in the middle of the gym. I can't cry in the middle of the gym. Like, I gotta figure this. I gotta do something. I'm finna
Have you had that feeling since? Or something close?
After that shit started, like,
your situation got better.
It started to clear itself up. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like I said, I made the phone call. That phone call led to a job. The job didn't work out. But after that job, it led to where I'm at. I got to where I am now.
I think what's wild is that we sit here talking about it, but it's a lot of people, but more specifically, a lot of men that's going through that shit and trying to process it. And and I think that's one of the dope things about women.
A panic attack. You might be right.
A panic attack.
Yeah, a panic attack.
I think that's one thing I think is dope about women. They will go to their friends. I mean, I'm not saying everybody has that avenue or open to do, but man, traditionally we keeping that shit to self, especially if it's about some shit that just just hit you. I mean, have you talked to anybody about this before?
I told somebody before, but this was just a singular incident. It wasn't that big of a deal in a huge scope of things.
At the time, it wasn't. At the time, it was.
At
the time, it was.
Yeah.
But I mean, you looking back at it, it's
the
like,
reason
whatever
I made
now.
that face because while I do agree with you on some level that men are, I guess, less likely to go and talk about their feelings, I think we do lean on our friends in other ways. So, for example,
but that's not what I'm talking about. Shit that can be, for the lack of a better term, embarrassing, or something that may be connected to your emotions and feelings. Because when you first started this conversation, it had that feeling of like, shit, I'm just crying out of nowhere, and I don't know what that's about. And that wasn't that moment. I mean, that was another incident. That was another isolated incident. It almost sounded like we're talking about two different things, right?
We are. I didn't cry.
Yeah, but you were saying like there's been times. You started this whole conversation off by saying there's times when I just cried, not one tear, 2 times, 3 tears. Well, that's all. I think that's a whole nother subject.
It is.
Yeah, that's something different.
It is.
Yeah,
That's what I was considering going to therapy about.
Yeah, which I think as a result of the space we're in now as men, we're losing our family, our mom's parents, at that stage.
Yeah, we're at that stage.
And I think when you go through what can be deemed as something traumatic, I think it shifts something in our emotions, our being, and who we are. So it makes you. I got homeboys that's like real dudes, that like big dudes that be like, dude, I be watching movies or see pictures of babies and just fucking start crying.
Man, look, it's funny that we're talking about this because I was talking to a partner of mine, and we're starting this thing, and it's called Man Up.
Mm.
And I'm gonna show you. I ain't showed nobody this much, but I'm gonna show y'all the logo. Like, this is it. And you see it got the pink.
Mm. That's
So,
interesting.
Basically, what we're dealing with.
Explain it to what you see, so
Please
they kind
do.
of get an idea.
What symbol is that? That's for the woman.
That's for woman.
This is for the man.
What's the woman symbol?
The woman is
pointing
with
down.
the pointing down with it's like a plus sign.
Like a plus sign.
Oh, okay.
So because what
But it's
we're
pink.
doing,
I think that's
we
what the
don't
angle
ever
is.
deal with the emotional side of us.
Mm.
And so what we're doing, we're manning up and dealing with the emotional side of us because we've always been taught to be strong. You can't cry, just tough it up as a man. No, you got to deal with that shit, bro. Because if you don't deal with that shit, it just bottles up.
But how you deal with it is always the challenge.
Yep.
Once you get past the hurdle of I gotta deal with this shit, because we, like you said, we don't deal with it.
Right, we don't deal with it. We just hold that shit in. We have a weight of the world on our shoulders. We got to deal with providing, deal with every day just being a black man or a man, period. Deal with shit, trying to just make everybody happy. And no one is making us happy or care about our happiness. We feel sometimes that no one really cares about our happiness, what we think, what we deal with. It's just like, I'm left to deal with this shit on my own. And how the fuck do I do this?
I think it's
that's why I think a lot of guys, mostly African-American men are committing suicide or having nervous breakdowns because that you're dealing with this shit on your own. You can't go to anyone to deal with this, and you hold that shit in and to the point where I can't take this shit.
So let's dig deep on something you just said. You can't go to anybody to deal with it, or we choose not to.
We choose not to.
That's what I was saying.
We don't know who to go to because it's like, who do the strong person go to?
So let's dig on that. Go ahead. You want to say something?
Keep going.
But I want to dig on that, what he just said.
It's like, who do the strong person? Like, even my therapist, she tells me I have to see a therapist also.
Yeah, therapists need a therapist.
No, I get that, but you said
other professions need that person.
But it's like, everyone is always leaning on us.
I think most people. Well, let me take that back. I think a lot of men have someone to go to.
We just choose not to.
Yeah, they choose not to. Nah,
I don't think. But I push back even on that. I don't think it's that we don't know who to go to. I think we've been conditioned not to. I think we've been especially our generation. I mean, we're around the same age.
Yeah.
So I think our generation and before us, we have not been conditioned to pause, consider how you feel in this moment, or who to talk to if you're being overwhelmed. Because especially our fathers, I ain't got time to be doing that. I got to go out here and get this bread. I don't have time to do that. And if without being taught how to do that, any attempt to do it will make you feel like something that goes against the grain of who you are. Like, I'm not supposed to feel this way. You know what I'm saying? So even any attempt to try to figure it out, or I just feel like in the past, we just haven't been taught to do that.
And then and also it's like the people, like I said, who did the strong person go to? Because the people that we think can go to, they've already come to us with their problems. Like, damn, I can't go to him because he's having his own issue, or they're having their own issue. So who the fuck do I go to?
You know, I don't go to people sometimes. What you gonna do for me?
Right, and that's another.
Like, and this maybe this is the toxic way to look at things, but I'm like, I could tell you about my problems. Then what?
You don't think there's something that can be said, encouragement, or not even in that moment. At least somebody knows. So you give them an opportunity to help you in the future. Or here's the other thing, and I think this is the biggest thing with us is, so you tell somebody, right? I mean, dude, me and you have had I think all three of us have had conversation one-off and collectively, right? But how many times have you been going through something and think about people that's not here, right? Your other friends, family members, where you've gone through something, because usually when we go through something heavy like that, you feel isolated. You feel like, well, shit, nobody else. But what if somebody else had a response, or what if somebody else can help? But just even on the check-in. So the whole thing of why tell somebody, shit, sometimes you just need to get that shit off of you.
Sometimes you just need to tell somebody.
Sometimes you just need to get that shit off of you.
Get the shit off you. Like, whoo, shit. I was holding that shit.
Yeah. Dude, and you know how it is in sales. You know how many times have I called you telling you about some shit that I'm going through, and you don't say shit? And that's all I need. I just needed a sounding board to get that shit off of me.
Just to vent.
If dudes had just even that, with no judgment, without feeling judged, or just get that shit off of you and keep it pushing. Sometimes it's just that.
Sometimes that's all it is.
Sometimes it's just that.
I know you can't.
It don't even have to be a conversation. Sometimes
shit, I just need to get this shit off.
Sometimes you need a good rant.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's like I'm going through some shit. I'm like, tell somebody for what, Joe? Like,
well, that's something.
Ain't nothing gonna change. That's not every situation.
Right?
Ain't nothing gonna change. You know what? Let me take that back. You know what? Actually, and he on the YouTube page. My homie Dwight actually checked me about that. I got to think about that again. I remember I was they told me he's gonna have to go back to work as far as going into the office twice a week. And my girl asked me how I feel about that, and I said, "The fuck that matter?
You still going to go,
right?" But wait, my homie was like, "That's cool. But ain't nothing wrong with your girl checking your temperature." And I was like,
yeah, you missed it.
Yeah.
You missed it.
I did.
Yeah, you was focused on some other shit and you missed the blessing.
I was focused on who cares how I feel. I gotta go. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta go. Like, so I don't, who cares that I feel this way? I can be mad. I gotta go. So I don't want to spend time investing in an emotion
and shit you can't control.
That I can't do nothing about.
You can't do nothing about.
But then he was like, but your girl is just checking your temperature to make sure you good.
Good, yeah.
Yeah.
Because maybe
and that's important.
Because maybe there's something she
that's
can
important.
do that make you feel better about
even if she can't.
Even if
she can't, it's important just and I was like, you know what? Because I was saying to him, like, what's she asking me for? What the fuck that matter? He's like, Joe, she checking your temperature to make sure. I'm like, you know what?
Facts.
I got it. Joe, because I be so, like you say, I be on that emotional shit. I be like, Joe, I don't fuck that. Fuck the emotions matter. You got a job to do. You got a job to do, Joe. You worried about. So I agree with everything y'all said, but I do think at sometimes if you focus too much on emotion, you lose perspective.
Yes.
And I think it's a huge push, especially for the younger generation, even our younger men, to do exactly what we talking about here and what y'all specifically are speaking about in regards to being more in touch with your emotions. But I think you can do what's called overcorrect. And now you start to emphasize your emotions.
What you mean by overcorrect?
When you start to prioritize emotions, even when emotions ain't the most important thing at the time. Like, we got a job to do, and we got to finish this job. No matter what happened, we got to do this job.
Right.
Joe,
how you feel ain't what's important right now.
Yes.
Yeah, what's important is getting the fucking job done.
Yeah, but what happens when those feelings compromise the job?
Or compromise your ability
to do the job.
But if we have to get this job done, you have to be able to control your feelings until we get this job done. After the job done,
you think that's easy to do?
It don't. CTD.
It's a legit question.
Whether something is easy or not does not stop the fact
that the job
is. Gotta get the job done.
Okay, nobody is arguing that the job has to be done because that's why you're there.
Hold on, but hear me out. Here what my argument is. Here what my point is. Sometimes people start prioritizing how someone feels over the task at hand.
And sometimes I think
that ain't the most important thing right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, for instance, kids in school, my daughter be mad or your son be mad. He got to do this, he got to do that. And I'm like, Joe, I know you upset. I know you think it ain't fair. Your teacher shouldn't do this or do that. Still gotta do it. You know what I'm saying?
But you see what you're doing? You helping him deal with his emotion.
No, but I'm trying to say it starts. Some people prioritize that feeling first over having to get the. Well, she's upset and like Joe. I get all that. So what, she gonna not do the job? She gonna not work because she upset? You gonna not handle your business because you angry? You know what I'm saying? You still got shit to do. So it's not people like, oh, feelings are important. They are. But are they the most important all the time?
Yeah.
No.
If
sometimes you gotta prioritize. Huh?
If it affects your
then you unprofessional.
That's not that you unprofessional.
Oh, yes.
It's just you got feelings. You
You're
got to deal with that shit.
Professional. That's your reason for being unprofessional. If your outside life, if things that are going on internally are affecting the ability to get the job done, you are not being professional. It don't mean you ain't human. You're human.
Right. Hey, you
right. But you got to get you see what I'm saying? Because if you had a coworker and you got to get this roof done, and he upset that his girlfriend left him.
I'm like, dude,
cool, I get
deal with this shit later.
Yeah,
bro.
I get it. Your girlfriend left you. You
get
sad.
it.
I fucking understand, my dude, but this roof got to be finished by 6, my nigga.
And this is what I
talk to you about your girl.
I've had workers to do that, and I you know what I do? I'm like, you're not able to give me 100%. I need you to go process that, deal with that,
go home,
come back when you ready.
And that's all. That's all. That's what we were saying earlier. You just got to have a method of getting to that point where you realize that this is still a priority, and this fucking roof got to get done. So we use an example of a roof. It still has to get done. So go walk around the block, nigga, and then come back and then get it done. But don't just ignore that. You have to pause. I think in some scenarios, you have to pause. We ain't quitting. We ain't stopping. This shit still got to get done.
But what we ain't finna do is sit here and talk about your motherfucking feelings all day.
All day. All day.
No,
not all day.
Yeah.
Take an hour, walk the fuck around the block, and come back.
And if you cannot control your feelings, you got to go.
Yeah.
Now, that ain't being an asshole.
No.
It's just you got to deal with it.
Now, other times
you're going to hinder us.
Other times,
you in our way now.
Right. Like other times, feelings are more important. I may have to prioritize your feelings.
You can't just shut the fuck down. I mean, I think there are scenarios where people will go through life, and these life situations will cause them to shut down probably longer than. I mean, I don't even want to put a time frame on it. You know, like grieving or death or something like that. That will put a motherfucker like.
So in general, people.
But like other things, like I don't even want to be dismissive with it, but like the girlfriend thing, or you and your girlfriend got into an argument, dude. That shit.
Hey, let's keep it a buck though. We didn't all got that phone call while we've been at work.
What call?
Call from your girl. Is she kicking off some bullshit, or she mad, and you trying not to deal with this shit because you at work and she ain't giving a fuck about you being at work. You like, God damn, I can't do this right now.
That's the best thing about this motherfucker. Like, I'm not about to deal with this shit right now. I'm gonna call you later. Boom.
I think I may have had that situation one time.
Like, God damn it! You got time for this shit right now.
You just be fucking up so much.
Frustrated as hell.
You keep calling. Yep.
Now, but that's it. That is an answer.
I'll turn that motherfucker.
That may not be the answer, because that may make shit worse when you get back to the crib.
What?
Then I'm gonna deal with it at the crib.
Just hanging up.
Yeah, and I'm gonna deal with that shit at the crib.
It ain't always that.
When I have a job to do,
I hear you.
I got a job to do.
You know what that's equivalent to? You know what that's equivalent to? Walking around the block.
Yep.
You just get ahead of it. You do it on the front end. Because otherwise, now you will be walking around the block.
Sometimes, as much as you got to acknowledge your feelings, and we do, you can't let your feelings build up to the point where you snapping on people, you blowing up on people, so on and so forth. But sometimes you got to suck that shit up.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sometimes you got to suck that shit the fuck up. And that's why we are big, this huge push towards mental health and all that. And I get it and I respect it. I think we are losing some of that. Because there's a huge push on mental health now. You know, that's in schools, and they got safe areas, safe spaces in schools. They allow children to take mental health days, and everybody's pro that, and that's cool. And I think with a lot of things, and this is another one, it gets to the point where you start to have an overcorrection. What I don't want to get to the point with mental health is not just the reason to quit. Mental health is not just a reason to give up or not do some shit because I'm not feeling a certain way, And because of that, and everyone has told me if I don't feel a certain way, that's the
I
most
don't have to do
important
it.
thing.
And I don't have to do it.
So now
Right.
you feel a certain way. So now you finna quit the basketball team, or you finna quit this class, or you finna quit this job because they ain't doing so. You ain't willing to put up with shit no more because now feelings are emphasized or everything. You start teaching kids this, they don't have the ability to discern when feelings are most important, and now they just all feelings all the fucking time. And now you got a bunch of kids who ain't got no stick-to-itiveness. They can't deal with shit. They can't fight through nothing. Real shit.
No, I
we
get
didn't all listen. When we was kids and your mama, you joined the sport, mom be like, you ain't got to play next year, but you gonna finish.
You're gonna finish this year. Yeah, you ain't quitting.
You started.
Now, you made this commitment.
But that child, you're not respecting that child's feelings. No, I'm teaching my child you can't be no fucking quitter.
Yeah, you're not a quitter.
And
you
that may be more important than how upset you are today. Because I'm teaching you a lesson, a life lesson that moving forward is going. I just had this with my daughter. She's an honor student. She's in all AP classes. One of her classes is tough. She give me this huge sob story. Okay, fuck it. Fuck it. You need to drop the class, drop the class. You ain't dropping no more, though. What you mean I ain't dropping no? What you mean what I mean? You anticipating doing this again for other classes?
Right. When it gets too tough, I'm not
so why
teaching you to
she
just drop
she
shit
upset
when
now?
shit
Why
gets
you
tough.
telling me how to handle woo? I'm saying, let me tell you something. I try to show understanding with the first class. You telling me everybody dropping the class, the teacher this, the teacher that, woo out the win, your GPA. I try to show understanding. But what you not about to do is start developing the habit of when things get tough, you finna hit the fucking road. No, you finna go through some shit. You're gonna learn how to overcome. You're gonna learn how to endure. You're gonna learn how to set a plan to get through a difficult time. Like, I'm not gonna have when I keep letting you quit, and then when you away from me, like college or your career, you ain't learn how to work through difficult times.
Right.
I can't help you in college, Joe. I can't be there for you at your job, or maybe if you own your own fucking business.
Yep.
I'm here for you now to teach you how to go through this shit. So she upset. Should I prioritize her feelings right now?
No.
You see what I'm saying about them feelings, Joe? How that shit be? Because if I'm prioritizing her feelings, I'm gonna let her drop out of the class because she feel, you know what I'm saying? No, Joe, you gotta, and if you fail, you ain't gonna fail, but maybe you don't get the grade you want, but you're gonna learn how to go. Everything ain't easy in life, Joe. And I don't want people to forget that there is a value in dealing with some things, in enduring some things, in fighting through some things.
It's liberating.
Yeah, we just can't. I don't want the overcorrection. Yeah. So I do understand we got to deal with the especially say, and I think sometimes even more than just feelings is communication, bro. It's
what do you mean?
Because motherfuckers, sometimes the reason that you so upset is because you never, whatever got you this bother, if you'd have opened your motherfucking mouth, you wouldn't even have got this angry. But everybody working on assumptions. You got an issue with a motherfucker. You ain't saying nothing to me. I ain't saying nothing to you. We working on assumptions. You know what I'm saying? Now, I think that it means something to you. You may not even be that mad, but I think you super mad. So now I'm matching the energy I think you got.
Yep.
Why did these little niggas in the street get into it?
Yep.
Ain't no communication. Ain't no let me holler at you, bro. This shit ain't that big of a deal. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no communication. Even with relationships. Listen to how these young motherfuckers talk when I be hooping with them and shit. Joe, they the way they talk to each other, how they talk to their girl, you understand why they fight a lot, why they argue a lot. You motherfuckers talking 5-word sentences, 3-word sentences. Everything is, you know what I mean, you know what I'm saying, you feel me, Joe? Like, I don't understand you. I know your chick struggling.
Right.
We sound like old men right now.
No, it's not, Joe.
Hey,
Even as a young man, I knew how to have a conversation.
No, you're right.
It's real shit.
I knew how to express myself. I knew how to be, another thing with the internet, I knew how to be sociable in a room with the people that I don't necessarily know well. All this internet shit, then you double down with COVID. Motherfuckers don't even know how to talk to people, G.
Well, this generation, shit, this, I call it the digital generation. Oh, they have no fucking clue how to socialize or be social or nothing. It's you go in a room and this is what everybody's fucking doing.
So can you imagine what dating finna be like for our kids? Nigga, this shit finna be mean, Joe. The game finna be. Joe, can you imagine what your kids finna be? Look, Joe, do you know the level of confusion that kids are about to have in the dating game? In 20 years, it's gonna be mandatory for you to ask somebody were they born a man or a woman.
20 shit. 10, nigga.
They trying to get it there now, but I'm saying in 20 years, it's gonna be so much change. In 20 years, Joe, it's gonna be normal to meet a motherfucker that are surgically changed about 8, 9 features. Men too. Because you know we doing it now too. Women ain't the only one getting surgeries, Joe.
Nah, they're not.
Joe, the game finna be ugly, Joe. But anyway, I don't even know how we even got on this old deep philosophical shit.
Because you was crying, but it was good, man.
Yeah, it was needed.
See?
You was crying. You was over there.
God did.
And before I get to this, I ain't even introduced the pod.
I swear.
This is Pardon My Ugly. This is the show, and I'm going to speak on this later. What this show is for uncensored conversation about whatever. And the people having the conversation, having the ability to talk through things that may be emotional, they may be passionate, strongly disagree with, they may be triggering, but still willing to have that conversation. So we talk about a lot of things that they piss somebody off or affect somebody in their life or just things that happen out in the world. You know what I'm saying? But we can have whatever type of consequence. Why it's Pardon My Ugly, because I may say something that you may not like. And I said Pardon My Ugly to warn you, because I ain't gonna give a fuck that you don't like it. And that's what this shit is all about. And I'm your host, your man G Neck, goddammit. To my left, I got my man Sam. What's happening, baby? How you feel?
Good, man.
And you know, we got my co-host Lim in the house.
What's happening?
Looking like the brown bomber in this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
The brown bomber.
And yeah. We had for those who don't know, I know we got a few people watching on YouTube. For those who don't know, first time watchers, we do the show live from the Pardon My Ugly Facebook group, because it's Pardon My Ugly everything. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, all that. But we got a Facebook group where we do the show live from. And this week in particular, I done got my head handed to me, Joe.
Handed, knuckle.
Joe, I've been getting my motherfucking, I don't even know what to call. What happened to me this week, dog? Motherfucker been taking their turns, letting me know how they feel about me, ain't they, man?
Yeah, you know, you seen the movie. You seen the movie Full Metal Jacket?
Yeah.
You seen it?
I've seen it. I don't remember.
A couple times.
No, if you seen it, you know this scene, even if you don't remember the movie.
Okay.
The scene when they tie dude down on the bed and they start beating him with the soap.
Oh yeah.
No, they tied down. I don't remember.
Big boy.
Yeah, the crazy dude.
Yeah.
But that's how they did you.
Yeah.
They tied you down and was beating your ass with taking turns beating you with the soap.
Yeah, y'all let me know how y'all feel about your boy.
They got that shit.
Let me see it. Let me give a quick summary. I'm a man-hating, misogynistic, cold-hearted, unfeeling.
You don't give a
Goddamn it. What else they call it? I be gaslighting.
Mm-hmm.
I am the leader of the toxic movement. I am the cause and the motherfucking catalyst, the genesis for all the fuck shit that happens in PMU.
You set
is because I set the tone for all the fuck shit with my divisive,
This your group.
toxic ways.
This your group. So yeah, you did.
Did I cover it all? Did I miss anything?
No, you got it.
Anybody in the comments, did I miss anything? And you right, Tanisha. I did ask on one post. That was one post I asked. I guess they just figured the door remained open.
Yeah. So
You know what I'm saying?
You
Yeah.
posted.
It was post. I ain't asked shit about me, but I sure heard. And I'm here to tell y'all.
Ken said they gave your
I
ass a cold
appreciate-
red.
Joe, what? On the real. They made up when they talking right, a cold red. And I'm here to tell y'all, I appreciate all y'all opinions. I don't mind. It's cool. That's it. Y'all gonna go off on it. It's cool.
No, that's it.
That's it. I don't mind, because I put myself on the chopping block. I offer up unsolicited opinions all the time that I know y'all may not like or do like. I don't always put them nicely. And I've been having some conversations. You haven't been privy. You lucky. They weren't fun. I've been having conversations with my man Lim and my homie Tanisha about my delivery and how I could be more considerate, more
Understanding.
sensitive to
But then you wouldn't be part
potentially
of your
triggering
ugly.
people, you know,
Mhm.
because that's not what I want to do. I want to make the post in a way that encourages participation and growth
Y'all feel this brewing.
in the conversation.
Y'all feel this bullshit brewing.
What you mean? I'm just
But then you wouldn't be part of your
no,
ugly.
I'm just reiterating what I was told, how I could be a better orator, a better leader, I don't want to say a leader because I don't believe nobody leading. You niggas don't give a fuck what I think. I know people think y'all give a fuck what I think. I'm here to tell you, they do not. Not nan nigga in this group give a damn about Lance's opinion on nothing. I promise you. And sometimes agree with me, but y'all be talking about, oh, they be fuck. These niggas don't care. I can promise you. But point is, the sentiment is that I need to have a lighter touch with my communications. Would you agree? I could have a lighter touch, be a little bit more soft-handed, more considerate, more sensitive, more thoughtful.
I say more. I won't say that. What I would say is more receptive. Because when you stand on it, you stand on it. You ain't letting shit in, nigga. The door is closed.
No consideration.
No.
Zero.
And if I don't give a fuck, you don't give a fuck about him anyway, then really fuck your feelings.
I have that reputation. What about you, Lim? Do you agree with the masses that I need to soften or revamp?
Listen, after we had the conversation and you reminded me of the whole intent of the group, no.
Oh, okay.
Which is, as you just said, it's called Pardon My Ugly.
That's just how you
No,
want.
not yet.
What,
No. You asked me the question, do I think you need to? Well, based off that definition of the group, no. But if you're asking me in general, motherfucker, yes.
Oh, am I like that in my personal relationships and conversations?
You want me to reveal that to the masses?
Yeah. You know, I don't give a fuck. Yeah,
the conversation.
tell them.
No, you are not like that. There is a level of sensitivity or consideration. How do I even dare say softness to your approach to conversations?
You know I'm a gangster now. Don't do that. You know I'm a whole ass gangster.
And I know it's people probably looking at this and know.
Broadview gangster be exact. Don't get it fucked up.
Yeah, you definitely soft. Broadview.
You hear that, niggas? We gonna ever come to
But no,
nigga.
but no. There is a different side, which I know people say you different online than you different in person than online. And you do that on purpose because it's, as I was told, it's part of the group. That's the whole theme of it. Pardon my ugly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I am here to say that I have listened to the overtures.
Here we go.
For a change in my behavior.
Need some water for this shit.
Yeah. Here we go.
And I am not one who wants to be inconsiderate. I don't want people to think I don't care. I don't notice. I have a responsibility. I have a platform with over 3,000 people, and I have a responsibility to encourage more productive dialogue. Right?
True.
Right. And from this point forward, I'm going to give y'all that. What? So what? I am going to be a conduit of change. Okay? You heard me?
Heard you.
Yeah, we hear you.
And I am going to change absolutely fucking nothing. You understand me? Nothing. When I tell you nothing, I mean nothing. I mean, I ain't even spelling it Nothing.
You can smell it. You can smell it coming.
Uthin. Nothing. Let me reiterate what the fuck y'all here for. I don't know if y'all know, but y'all signed up for some shit. And I think y'all forgot the rules of engagement. So let me remind you. This is Pardon My Ugly. You ever heard the words, pardon my French? You ever heard that phrase before? Now, when somebody say pardon my French, what's about to happen?
They about to get in your ass. They about to say some
Or
shit.
they about to say some shit offensive.
Offensive.
Yeah.
Pardon my ugly.
Yeah.
I'm finna say some shit you might not like.
But make you really uncomfortable.
There's a caveat. This space was designed so that we can have uncomfortable, unpopular conversations without the fucking emotional reactions. I used to, remember when the group first started? How many videos did I make explaining this shit? And I just finally stopped. I remember Ed used to be like, another video, nigga? Yes, because I was trying to tell you motherfuckers that if you sensitive, if you can't handle unpopular opinions, controversial conversations, get the fuck out.
Yeah.
This ain't for you. This ain't for you. I told everybody, I made posts. I wrote them. I orated them. I gave you fucking videos. Now, when I give you the straight dope, everybody want me to be more. This ain't that, Joe. All I asked for was respect. You can say what you want, respect. Now, we have gotten away from some of the respect. There's some posts in which motherfuckers be going ham. When I said I wanted to change the vibe of the group, I made a post that I wanted to change the vibe of the group. I should have been more clear. I apologize. My bad, dog. I didn't explain myself well enough. So let me clear up all confusion. I don't give a fuck about being nice about nothing. Nothing. You just a DJ. You just a DJ. Nothing. You hear me? All I want is respect. Don't make posts that insult people, that belittle motherfuckers, especially trying to talk about some real shit. Like my man Kim Mahone. I ain't had a conversation with him yet, but I'm gonna have to tell him, hey, dog, you can say what you want to say, but stop loading it up with females, this, and calling motherfuckers names and being incendiary. I'm gonna say that wrong word. Somebody know what I'm trying to say. Been inflammatory is what I'm trying to say. But you can say something straight to the point. You ain't got to be necessarily, if you choose to, hey, by all fucking means. That ain't how I talk. I write how I talk. That's how I fucking talk. If we was having a conversation, I say it like that, but I provide more context. So I'm just here to say without a lengthy speech, because we finna move the fuck on, tuck your panties in when you come to PMU. If you can't handle an unpopular opinion without getting fucking triggered and attacking the author of the unpopular opinion not directed at you, leave. Mind-blowing options. Can I leave? I can actually leave this fucking group. Yes, you won't be missed. I swear to God. I swear to God, you won't be missed. Ain't nobody gonna be like, where the fuck Buddy at? Oh no, he left. We don't care.
They might
ask, and when they say he left, no, they're gonna be like,
why?
Okay, next topic. Why the fuck?
They'll say why, but then they'll just move the fuck on.
Move the fuck on. Move the fuck. I can leave this bitch. Y'all wouldn't get no fuck. I think I ain't special. If I left tomorrow, they'd be like, why Lance leave? The group still here, all right? Keep the party moving.
That's it.
Hey, Ron. Hey, Ron, you right. You know what? I used to hate when people do that shit. Like in groups, when they announce they leaving. Motherfucker, let's go.
You gotta get no resignation.
You know what they want? You know what they want? Whoa, why are you leaving? No, come back.
No, nigga, the door ain't even locked. The door ain't even closed in this bitch. It's open. Ain't even no light.
Hey man, I'm leaving this group because this and that, because and that.
It's a swinging door. You can leave this as easy as you came.
You remember that shit, Ken? Motherfuckers used to be leaving long ass messages while they.
Now I will say this: I am gonna make some changes. I am gonna clean up the fighting when motherfuckers starting to get disrespectful towards one another. If I see it, I won't allow it to continue because I don't want that. I won't allow just motherfuckers attacking people, calling people out their name and all that shit. If I see it, I'm gonna get that out of there because I don't want that. I don't want the posts that come off calling chicks, bitches, dudes, females, like just insulting a motherfucker. I don't want that. That's what Ken be calling dudes. Females, instead of calling them females, he call them females. What do he call the dudes? He got a funny one for the dudes
that's
too.
That's lame in itself.
No, I'm being honest. Female funny as shit.
It's funny,
but he got a bunch for us too, and they be funny too. No, it ain't me male. It's something else. No, he got a moist. It's moist male. It's some other
moist
shit.
male.
But he got a listen. I ain't gonna lie. All his shit is insulting towards men and women, and 90% of that shit funny.
It's funny. It's funny.
It's bogus as hell.
Read that shit, you be like, yo, nigga, you hitting below the belt, nigga.
Below the belt, nigga. What? That and he come at everybody. Now
you nigga step on the nigga's feet and hit him with his balls, nigga. What?
I use him as an example because he the worst one.
Yeah,
I'm gonna tell him, listen, G, I don't want to kick you out the group. I want you to be able to get your shit off. But you're going to have to tone it down in regards to like insulting motherfuckers to get your point across.
Your boy Bootin is
now, if he decided
to call motherfucking nitwits too.
I don't think that's a big deal, but it is
nitwit is an old school. Yeah, nitwit.
But he called everybody twits. Not nitwits, twits.
Yeah,
everybody's a twit.
Oh, okay.
Like he British or some shit. But it's cool. I'm gonna tell him, listen, bro, I don't personally think twit is that fucking inflammatory. But if I'm gonna tell motherfuckers stop calling names,
you gotta be consistent.
You gotta be consistent.
Yeah.
So just the silly shit, but I'm being dead serious and all
Because your
bullshit.
inbox could be blowing up. You ain't care that motherfucker.
Right.
Dude.
Oh, you think, nigga, you
that
think
already
that shit
happening?
happen?
It's happening now?
Joe, the childish shit up there.
You said last week that
Hey,
that's why when you made me the admin them couple of times,
You want it out.
I wanted the fuck out. Like
Yeah.
I was calling Lance like, hey, take me off as an admin because
It's up in my inbox.
I'm looking at all them little notifications and shit. Like, dude, what the fuck are you
That ain't
doing all
shit.
day?
You don't get the, hey, Lance, I don't mean to bother you, but
Well,
you
nigga, you bothering
said
me.
that people can't be calling each other bitches, and so in here called a motherfucker a bitch. I'm just letting you know. Nigga, you ain't got no job.
Right.
Hey, nigga, but whatever. Listen, I'm telling y'all, I'm getting rid of that shit for the group. I'm still, and listen, I ain't finna be talking nice. I ain't gonna be talking mean. I'm just gonna be straightforward like I'm always straightforward. And we talked about this. I know people think I guess my reputation is I say things with ill intent. I do not. I swear to
Yeah,
God, I
don't
know you
think
think
you
I
do.
do. I do not.
Yeah,
I just
don't
be
think you do.
talking, Joe.
I think it's not necessarily ill intent or it's more of the
I'm not
lack
trying
of
to trigger.
consideration.
Well,
Yeah.
people, well, hold
It's
on.
the lack of the consideration.
That I'm guilty of.
And then when the response is there, you're like, the fuck? Why you tripping on that?
Well, hold on.
And it's
Let me
like,
say
motherfucker,
this.
you did a survey, most people would trip on what the fucking like if you did, majority. Because we talked about this, you was like, well, you do know everybody was on my side. Everybody wasn't triggered by that.
Yeah.
But motherfucker, what? Like
So I'll
what,
say this.
3% wasn't bothered?
I
And I'm being
guilty.
generous with 3.
I cop.
You right.
I am 100% guilty for lack of consideration.
Yes.
And I'm 100% not ever gonna consider you motherfuckers. Just know that right.
Yeah. We already got that.
Right.
We know that.
But again, I don't think I'm insulting or belittling or disrespectful. I'm straight the fuck forward, and
Yeah.
I'm not worried about who it offends. But I don't try. My intent is not to be offensive. My intent is not to trigger. I'm honest. I literally write how I talk, Joe. And the only difference is when I talk, I add context. When I write, I just put it straight to the point and just leave it the fuck like that. Like I don't add 37 more. I'm not Navi. I write a long post every blue moon, but that shit annoys me. I got big fingers. I'm not finna type on this little motherfucking phone. Fuck that. I'm finna get to the point and I'm finna hit
Leave
the fuck
Navi
send.
alone, man. Leave Navi alone.
No, I'm just saying, but some people like writing long posts.
No,
I'm not
listen,
gonna do that all the time.
I think I saw somebody say something
There's
earlier.
a lot of spell correct too when you do that shit. You got to go back. And
Nah,
edit it.
it's not. You know, it might be the whole thing of Navi may write a lot, but you got to use breaks. You can't just have this big.
Well, he's an
I
author
hate
too.
when
He's an author too. So
I know people that
right.
write like that in social media. On social media, they had these big pair. Like, dude, use return, hit return, use some breaks in there.
Well,
Right, yeah,
I
that's
ain't
what
gonna
I
use
do. I
punctuation.
write some shit now, boom.
Just use punctuation,
line,
fam. You
another
got
line.
37 sentences.
And
You
they
gonna
all
really
they
try to
all
make
run
me
on.
figure out
No
where one stop
commas,
and one begin?
no commas, no
You got a
periods.
fucking headache with this shit, dog.
Yeah.
You don't even you don't capitalize nothing. You don't use no commas, no periods, no nothing. Just 37 fucking consecutive sentences.
I'm gonna read the first paragraph and speed read through the rest of that
I ain't
shit.
reading none of that shit.
And by the time I get to the third paragraph, and if it's more, I'm like, yeah, fuck, I ain't reading all this shit.
What Tanisha say, just acknowledge when you make a grenade post. Listen, again, let me explain something
What a
else.
grenade post is
Wait,
throwing a
buddy.
motherfucking grenade in the room, closing the door, and then walk back and be like, damn, why y'all laying on the ground bleeding?
Now, that's another thing.
Why y'all in this motherfucking
I don't
bleed? Nigga,
think
you just
I
threw a
was
grenade
guilty-
in the room.
I don't think I was guilty of asking people why they were upset. I started asking people about how they feel about delivery and so on and so forth. And people decided to tell me I was an asshole. That question had nothing to do with fucking me. They didn't have my name. It didn't point towards me or nothing. But anyway, I don't want to stay on this too long. I just want to let y'all know
Ain't
that's
shit
the change that I
Ain't
missed.
shit
The change is
changed.
not
Ain't shit changed.
Lance gonna be nice. There's plenty of people in there that be nice and talk to you nice. Some motherfuckers in there, they flagrant assholes. Me, I guess I'm kind of in the middle. I may offend you. I may not. I promise you I'm not trying to offend you. You can tell when I do. I just talk straight. I'm not considerate. I'm not trying to consider anyone's feelings that I don't fucking know. I didn't know you had that problem, so I didn't consider you. I'm fucking sorry that you had a situation in your life that applied to what I was talking to. I ain't know you fucking existed, dog. I didn't know it applied to you, so I'm sorry that I didn't consider you. I'm never gonna consider you. Get used to it. If you can't get used to it, leave.
I'm laughing at somebody.
Leave, yo, just leave. Cause I'm not gonna change. Leave.
Leave, niggas.
Now, if you're telling me I'm being insulting, I'll check myself. If you telling me that I'm, you know what I'm saying, being like a flagrant asshole, like I'm being rude to a motherfucker, I check myself. If you just telling me I ain't talking to you nice, get the fuck over it. Ain't changing, Joe. This is PM fucking you. There's a whole bunch of other groups you can go hear nice shit.
Man,
go there.
You want nice nigga? Go talk
Go
to
there.
your mama.
Go there. Go there if you want niggas
nice.
to be like, it's unfortunate that you haven't been able to find the love of your life, and I understand that you tried very hard, and maybe, just maybe, possibly, probably.
Hey man, we not gonna go back over
Fuck
that.
out of here.
We're not gonna
like,
go back
you're
over
a bum,
that. Yeah.
your mama's a hoe. That's why you got issues dating.
But anyway, let's get to the shit we actually came to talk about today. I had to get that shit off my chest because y'all kicked my ass this week. It was highly enjoyable though. Y'all funny as shit. But I got a question that's kind of on this subject, but not on this because this is not PM related. It's life related. What does taking criticism well mean or look like? So I'll give you an example. If someone says you don't take criticism well, I always assumed that what they meant was you're argumentative. Like they trying to criticize you or help you, I guess constructive criticism. They're trying to help you. You're not listening and you're pushing back against the criticism. That's what I thought not taking criticism well looks like. Is that how it looks to you or is this something different?
Not taking criticism well is, for me, so I'll go to one of my industries in cooking. If someone tells me, I think you can improve on this, and that, and I'm like, fuck, I ain't improving this, just don't fucking come back. Can't take criticism well. I got to be able to take that. I got to be able to take that in, like, and take it into consideration. But even if I don't, I took it in. I heard what you said, but no, I'm just going to keep it this way. Like, I don't think you should put gumbo in the shrimp. I don't think you should put okra in your gumbo because everybody. I'll take that into consideration, but I'm still gonna put okra in my fucking gumbo.
Right. I think in addition to that is a consistent level of dismissiveness.
Okay.
So if somebody say, I just use that same example. If you're making a gumbo or you're doing something and somebody just want to give you some feedback, and it's a pattern, you're just always this, but you don't pause to consider if there's any truth. You just get real defensive, and you know what the fuck you talking about.
So let me ask you this.
What you doing?
So if someone's giving
you
you
ever make gumbo, motherfucker?
If someone's giving you constructive criticism and you don't agree and you don't argue, you just kind of do a Sam then and be like, okay.
I don't think that's you not taking constructive criticism, because you ain't gotta agree with it. You know what I'm saying?
Because I was asking, because I was accused of not taking criticism well. And I was saying, well, I don't agree with you, but I'm not going to debate you on it.
Yeah.
So I really don't know what other energy to give you. Like, other than say, okay.
And that's taking it with well and responding. I didn't attack you. I didn't just say, fuck you.
I just said, okay, I hear you.
Yeah.
I heard you.
Okay, I heard you.
Yeah. Because your word ain't, your word isn't gospel. But I think, again, because, the one thing we do in at work, and I've done it. I got it from work, but I've applied it like in real life relationships, right, with friends and so forth. Everybody got a blind spot.
Yeah,
everybody got a blind spot. Something about them that they don't see. Now we obviously know we have personalities out here. People that are arrogant. You can't tell them anything.
I like her face.
Which one?
One more. Go ahead.
Right here.
Yeah, because I'm gonna speak to that when you.
Yeah. So, man. Dude, I'm old, man. You can't be fucking like interrupting me. And now we on this subject. I'm gonna pivot real quick. When I'm talking, dog, you can't be like making comments because every door, I'm talking, yeah, and the Lord said, and this and that, and you be like, yeah.
Could I be wanting to address some of the things
they throwing me off?
My bad.
That was some production shit that we was gonna talk about offline, but since he just did it, I felt like I should just be in the moment.
I do better.
Appreciate you, brother.
My man's
light skin shit.
Continue.
I don't even know what I was saying now.
Yeah, my turn. Like I was saying. No, for real. I'll be mindful of that.
Yeah, appreciate you.
So Amore says when Lance says, okay, he doesn't want to consider the other person's statement. Now, that's an assumption. All y'all saying the same shit. So what do you want?
Competitive.
It's 17 motherfuckers basically all saying the same shit. What the fuck do you want me to do?
But I-
said,
but
okay.
I-
Like,
but I
all right,
still-
dog, I heard you. Like, and we typing. We're not talking. We're typing. What response do you want me to type back to you on criticism I don't agree with? Keep in mind, we're typing.
But I don't know if that's still not taking criticism well.
That's what they telling me though. 'Cause I think they assume
Because even though
I dismiss it.
even though you have a lot of people saying the same thing and you're listening to it and you don't agree with it, the only thing that I the only thing that I think makes it you don't take constructive criticism well is if all these people are saying things about you and they're saying all the same thing and you don't consider it. You just dismiss it.
But what if I consider it and I don't agree?
I don't think that's not taking correct
See, I think they
criticism.
think I don't consider it. I think they just be like, I hear it and be like, I fuck that.
No, your response to shit comes across like
I
you
just say
not
okay.
considering it.
I just say okay.
Yeah, and that's
Yeah,
that's very
that's
dismissive.
dismissive. What the fuck,
That's
bro?
dismissive
But
as
again,
shit, though,
hold on.
Lance.
But again, if I,
You know that. But hold on. No,
You're like, okay,
okay.
okay.
Full disclosure.
Nigga, that's dismissive.
I do use okay to be dismissive. I ain't gonna act like I don't. I use it well, and y'all be stealing my shit. I peeped you. I've been saying a lot of okays. Don't stop stealing my shit. But
You know exactly.
In
why
this
you say
case,
okay.
I literally asked, what response are you looking for? Because I don't agree.
When do they ask you that?
No, I asked this time when I was getting criticized, and I asked them, what response are you looking for? Because I don't agree, but I'm not going to debate you. So what type of response? You know what they said back to me? You can say, I heard that. Like, nigga, that's the same as saying, okay, I heard you. Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
But
that's
that's
semantics.
what I'm saying. We typing. We're not talking, we typing. So what type back response do you want me to give when all of y'all saying the same shit? I don't agree, but I hear you. What am I supposed to say?
Even I got you. I got you. Even
And you know if I said I
mean-
got you, they'd say the same shit. He just dismissing you. If I be like, yeah, I got you. I hear you. What they was, you know,
Yeah, you
you
right.
know. They was
because it's you.
You just
Hey, say that again.
Because it's you.
That's your brand. That's your fucking
I think
your
no matter
whole.
what
Listen,
the
bro.
fuck you say,
Listen, you my band,
it's
100 grand.
just dismissive.
And me and
Right.
people don't know we have these conversations offline all the time. You're dismiss. You're. Yeah, I know. Your whole disposition sometimes could be dismissive, and you might not even really mean it. You just don't want to further the conversation.
Right.
Hold on. That's what it is.
You
It
just
gets-
don't want to further
it
the
gets to a
conversation,
point-
especially if it's some dumb shit.
It gets to a point,
And I get that.
and I'm gonna tell you why. Hold on. I used to be, and if anyone, because you didn't know me back then, I used to be the argument king on Facebook. This is before this group. On my personal page, I used to wage war every fucking day about women, about politics, about religion, about this, about that. I don't desire to do that anymore.
Mhm.
I make a post, motherfuckers comment, I make a comment or two. You finna keep going. I don't want to, Joe. I'm not finna debate you. I gave you my opinion. You disagree with my opinion. We had a couple. I'm fucking done. It's 87 of y'all telling me I'm wrong. I'm not carrying on conversation with all 87 of you motherfuckers. I'm gonna give one or two comments to this person, that, then I'm done. Because you know what I end up doing? I'm saying the same thing to every person that comments, because y'all saying the same thing the nigga above y'all said with different adjectives. Because all y'all disagree. How much? What do you want me to do? Okay, my nigga, I'm done talking. And then I leave the post and let y'all have at it. I'm not arguing with all y'all, Joe. That's why normally you see me comment a couple times early, then you get an okay, and I'm done. Y'all want me to argue with you. That's just be honest. Y'all want me to argue because ain't nothing I can do to satisfy you other than argue, which will go along with my brand, as you say, because now he arguing with everybody, or I got to agree with you. What's my other option? What's my other option?
Yeah, it's just it's always in the delivery. It's always in the delivery.
Man, I don't give a fuck about no motherfucking delivery.
Okay,
I mean,
you
you
don't-
can't
you
even
don't-
hear me. It's the fucking written.
Listen,
You know about the interpretation you got to use when it's the written word?
oh, that's right. You did say they typing.
It's written.
Yeah, you can't even interpret that. You can't even.
Yeah, written language is just tricky anyway.
Y'all out here
Unless
interpreting
it's a
my
book.
intentions.
Listen,
You can
but
tell-
I don't
you
think
can-
that's you. I think people instinctively do that when
That's
they read.
cool.
They say, but motherfucker, if you put okay,
Hold on.
and you better not put K.
It's cool. I'm actually a man. I got a whole penis, balls, all that.
But if you just type okay
But hold on.
or one word to responses, responses that probably in some cases needs a response.
Why? You think you said something different than the 27 other motherfuckers in front of you?
I'm sure if everybody's saying it, it's probably a question. They probably trying to get more out of you.
You knew the PMU?
Huh?
You knew the PMU?
What are you talking about? We're not
You
talking
think it's
about.
a bunch of brilliant-
This was a scenario on PMU.
We talking about in the group. I'm saying
group,
people be
Oh.
attacking you because of an opinion, and they call me dismissive because I say okay. I done responded to something similar to what
Yeah.
you said to the first 10 fucking people.
All right. I didn't realize we were talking about solely PMU.
In a verbal conversation, that's why I asked you initially, what does it look like? And y'all basically described what I thought it looked like. And then that's why we started going through, well, what if you just say, okay, or I hear you or something. Now, in person, it may come off different, but written, that's why I asked you, how do you respond back to that written without sounding dismissive?
You don't.
I'll consider everything that you told me. That's what you want me to say? I'll start writing that. I'm going to start writing, I'll consider it. I like your line. I'll consider it. They'll feel better until I write it 10 times.
But here's the thing though.
You see what I'm saying? No, I'm condescending again.
But here's the thing though. If they know you, they're gonna take I'll consider it as condescending.
Listen, people, we talk about this. People assume
Now they're gonna be like, he's being condescending.
assume your intent and then hold you responsible for their assumption. I assumed he said it for this reason, and now I'm going to talk to him based on that energy. You ain't never confirmed my intent. You just assume my intent, and then you went off that.
Mm.
And now I'm supposed to be responsible for your assumptions. I didn't mean it how you took it. That's how you took it. And you assume I meant to hurt you. I didn't. But whatever. Moving on. We got other subjects. I was just wondering because when people kept saying I'll take criticism, well, I just need to know, what does that mean? Like, what does that look like? How do you because I didn't see what I was doing as that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you want to say it's dismissive, I can see how you can see that. But I'm like, what's my options though?
Yeah.
Not that it's not dismissive. Yeah. What's my options though?
Listen, I think when you don't want to, when a person doesn't want to, or I think that's what the situation is. You just don't want to debate. Hey man, I just thought you said you was gonna work on it.
She just had me rolling.
There's a setup right there. That's why I started talking. I ain't even had shit to say.
You normally don't.
No, I do. You just be talking too much, motherfucker.
Facts. Well, I got a podcast. Goddamn it, fuck you talking about. I had some shit I wanted to play off the internet, but you had some topic you want to get to?
No, we don't. Let's not talk about that. I don't talk about this shit.
Which one was it? You want?
I don't remember, but I think it was one that I was just like, Hey, you posted something earlier this week about what was that? I think that's what sparked me, the swimming thing.
Yeah, I was. What is a goal that you want to achieve this year? And mine was, I said that I want to learn how to swim.
Oh, that's what you were talking about. Okay.
What?
When you were telling me what the post is, I now understand why I couldn't find. I thought it was a swimming post.
Oh, like an actual video
like,
or somebody.
No. Just him talking about swimming throughout the post. Like, I'm trying to learn how to swim.
Did you mention that in the actual was it in the comments or was it in the body of the post? Was it the post or a comment in the post?
Yeah, mine was a good. I said that mine is in the comments.
That's what it was.
So, do you have a water trauma that prevented you from learning how to swim up to this point?
No, I just never learned how to swim. I remember I was in high school and I was taking swimming. And our coach, I was learning, and our coach, they had like these rubber blocks, bricks and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And my coach threw that motherfucker in the water and told me to go get it. I like, fuck you. And I left out the class. I'm like, nigga, I can't even swim. You want me to go at 8 feet and grab a fucking black rubber brick?
Were you already in the water?
Nah.
Oh, okay.
Like, nah, bro, I didn't say that. I fucking.
Was he trying to teach you how to swim?
Yeah.
So why?
I wasn't. That shit's deep. Okay. I ain't never been in 8 feet of water.
Okay.
So yeah.
So you don't have a phobia to get over? Because
yeah. So the reason
I swim like a fish, by the way, so I'm not included.
Yeah. So
shit.
So Monday, Sam makes this post, and I saw it, and it was triggering for me because I don't know how to swim. And I'm like, there's always that joke about black people not knowing how to swim, right?
Apparently it's true.
Yeah, no, I think it's definitely real. I got a couple of other homeboys. So what happened, long story short, I signed up for a swim class this week. And it was weird because, fuck, you grown. It's like,
was it all adults or were the kids in there too?
No. It was no kids. It's an adult swim class.
Okay.
Right? but it was only like 3 people in there. Well, no, I'm sorry, 2. Me and one other person.
Damn, that sucks.
Yeah, but what's funny is that it was 3 instructors though.
Better, my bad.
You said what?
I would actually like that better.
Well, it's great for
Yeah.
instruction, but it make you feel like we the only motherfuckers in the world don't know how to swim.
Nah, man, it's a lot of us. There's probably some people on the thread looking at it. It was like, man.
So keep talking.
The biggest,
swim or not.
the biggest thing was it was a trauma for me because when I was a kid, like most people, they tell you just jump in the water, they throw your ass in there, right? So that's what happened the first time. The second time, feeling left out at the swimming pool, my friends playing it, just jumped in there, right? And I drowned, almost damn near drowned in there. So those experiences have like always prevented me. I always say, this year I'm gonna learn how. This year I'm gonna learn how, and I never do it. But then Sam Post was like, yeah, that's something that I'm gonna do this year.
Yeah, conquer that fear.
Yeah. So like immediately after I saw that, I was driving, I pulled over and I just went to the local thing. And so it was just like one of those things of overcoming your fears.
Ken said he with you taking his at the mine at Match and Rec.
That's where I'm going, Ken.
Hey, I'm proud of you, G, because most people don't attack their fears like that. They talk about them, but don't necessarily do something about them. So for you to know that you have not only want to learn swimming, but know that you have a phobia that you have, or a fear, I guess, that you got to overcome. That's dope, Joe. Yeah. So I salute you for that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You taking lessons too?
Yeah, I'm going to sign up. So even that day, I was looking, where can I do it? A lot of them are far out, but he mentioned LA Fitness. I'm like, damn, it's LA Fitness.
Yeah.
I'm like, let me see if they offer.
Did you call them today?
No, good shit.
No, I actually went up to the gym. I didn't even talk about the shit. I wanted to get my workout in and get my ass. Yeah, but
I think y'all gonna find out, especially more so for you than him, because he got something to get over first. You don't.
Yeah.
As an adult, it's super easy to learn how to swim.
Okay.
Because you're not gonna have the same fear of 8 feet of water as you have. Because as a kid, it's harder to convince a kid. It's harder to explain to a kid that 3 feet, 8 feet, 12 feet is the same fucking shit if you in a pool. In the ocean is different. In a pool, ain't no difference between 3 feet, 8 feet, 12 feet, 15 feet. The water all the fucking same. If you can swim in 3 feet, you can swim in 20 feet.
Yeah, facts.
But to a kid, they don't see that. But you're an adult.
Yeah.
You understand it better. You know what I'm saying? So when you try to teach a kid, they'll know how to swim, and go in 8 feet and lose their shit. Because as a kid, it's deep. It's something different. Ain't nothing different. You in a pool, the water, it's just not an ocean.
Yeah.
Ball game.
Yeah. Waves and currents.
The fucking salt, the fucking salt water.
Well, it's not that. The deeper you go into the water, the rougher it gets. And then in the ocean, you don't know how deep it is. You may be walking at 5 feet, but in 5 more steps,
you're gonna
that
drop.
shit is 20 feet.
Yeah.
You don't know. You don't find, depends. Like in certain parts, it can be a slow decline. And in some parts, it
just
might
a goddamn drop.
Where the fuck you are, yeah.
Big ass drop.
Or it just get rougher. And depending on where you are, I don't know if oceans have this. You know what an undertow is?
Where it takes your ass up under the surface.
My father got caught in one of them when I was a kid. And we were all 3, me, him, and my brother in the water. He just started frantically telling me not to come, because we could all swim well, even as kids. I knew how to swim before I could walk. He was very trusting of us in the water. We were in Virginia Beach. And he just started frantically telling me to go back to the beach. And I don't know why, but my dad, so I listened. What turns out is he was in the undertow, my brother with him. He trying to get my brother out.
And how old is this? What age?
We young. I'm probably 6, 7.
Okay. Okay.
My brother a big kid.
He a big kid. That's why I was like,
my father's going under while trying to get my brother out. Like push him out of this area so the undertow don't get him. But he's getting pulled under. And I don't know what the fuck going on. I don't know what I think they out the water playing this shit. But he was able to get my brother out of the water, not out of the water, but out of the sphere of the undertow. And then he fought his way out that bitch. However, you know what I'm saying? I guess he swam his way out. He was strong enough to swim his way out that bitch. But he didn't know it was gonna be an undertow. We swam in the water.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
That should have fucked me up.
Yeah.
Right.
That's why I say when you go in the ocean and lakes, it's different than a pool. A pool is all
it's controlled. It's somewhat controlled.
It's all what they call no rough water. It's all fucking still water. Yeah. Nothing.
Yeah.
I think you're gonna be able to overcome it too.
No, I definitely think
I don't think it's gonna fuck with you the way it fuck with you as a kid. You're gonna be able to process it.
Yeah, and that's just gonna come with repetition. I'm just gonna be going to the pool, blowing bubbles and shit, kicking, because it is all psychological. Because I think once when it comes down to getting the mechanics, that'd be
easy. Carlos said, I think it's the opposite as adults. We are more aware of danger that kids aren't. But there's really no danger in a pool of water if you're an adult. most pools you're gonna be able to stand up in the majority of the water. They're gonna be 3 feet, 6 feet. And like I said, if you can swim in 3 feet, you can swim in 6 feet, you can swim in 8 feet. It ain't no different. As an adult, you can rationalize that. With a child, you may not. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, hold on. I want to pull up. I saw this is kind of like a new why is it messing with me? It's like a new feature we got, which I'm gonna play a clip of what I think is an interesting clip from the internet for y'all. I want to get y'all a response.
God, dude.
Where is it at? Where is it? Hold on, let me remind myself what it was. Give me 1 second.
Because I don't get upset.
It was.
I kick a hole in the speaker.
Oh, yeah.
And I jet.
I want to know people's thoughts on this. Where the hell did it go? I thought I saved it. Crap. Hey, y'all talk for a second. I thought I saved it.
Hey, that post about the whole
I got it.
You got it?
Got it. Y'all ready?
What you about to play something?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm about to play this. It's a I think it's like a TikTok clip.
Okay.
But I want you to hear what he's saying and then let me know your opinion. Hold on. Oh, you know what? I don't think y'all can hear it because I ain't got the headphones on. I bet you they can hear it and we can't. Hold on. Oh, there we go.
Parents, while single mothers don't. So
there we go. I had the wrong Bluetooth on. I apologize.
Is it porn? No, it ain't no porn.
No, definitely ain't no porn.
You gotta hear this. So 70% of inmates are a product of a single parent household. What they don't tell you is that single fathers produce similar statistics of those of homes with 2 parents, while single mothers don't. So the key to keep your children out of prison is the father. But mothers are awarded custody 90% of the time. Women are incentivized to leave a marriage, and prisons profit $74 billion a year. Am I thinking too much, or is there some sort of plan here?
See that? You hear that clearly?
Mm-hmm.
What do you think of that?
I would right have to hear it again.
He essentially said that he gave like a percentage of single parent households in which the son is up in jail, and said that but single fathers have the success rate of a 2-parent home, while single mothers have a much higher rate of their children going to jail. I'll play it for you again.
You gotta hear this. So 70% of inmates are a product of a single parent household. What they don't tell you is that single fathers produce similar statistics of those of homes with 2 parents, while single mothers don't. So the key to keep your children out of prison is the father. But mothers are awarded custody 90% of the time.
So 70% of inmates are from a single parent home, but the vast majority of them are single mothers. But single fathers produce percentages closer to a 2-parent home. But then he said, but single mothers are majority awarded custody most of the time.
Right.
So I've actually had this conversation before. Do you think it would be beneficial, or at least we're saying single fathers have custody of their kids over single mothers? We've never seen it but one way, for the most part. We don't know the other way.
True.
I mean, we probably all know some single fathers. I don't know a lot, but I know about 5 or 6. You know what I'm saying? Where they have full custody. You got full custody of yours?
Yeah.
But I just question if there's like if majority of them are women and there's a small amount that's men. Like, how do you like fairly like how do you like you don't know that number? How do you like is it even a fair judgment? You know what I'm saying? Because you know what it's almost feels like. Let me see if I maybe you can tell me if this is a stretch. If you had a basketball player that shot 30%, but then this other one is like he's 100%, but the motherfucker only took 2 shots and he hit the 2 that he took.
So I'll give you a better example. But
you see what I'm saying?
A dude shoot 40% from 3, but he take 8 threes a game, as opposed to a dude shoot 55% from 3, but he only take 2 threes a game.
Right.
That's what you're saying. So you're saying it's way more single mothers.
Yeah. I mean,
that's very true.
I don't know what message he's trying to portray, but it could be like, without knowing other data that we don't have, I think it's a faded. Is it what the kids call gaslighting? Can you insert that there?
I don't think that's gaslighting. I think
it's an unfair calculation without knowing other data.
Right. That I do agree with.
Yeah, so that your survey of men consisted of how fathers was how many?
Right.
Your survey of women was how many? And it has to be
No, I
on a
agree.
fair playing ground.
But no,
and that ain't gonna be the case.
That part I disagree on. It don't have to be on a fair playing ground.
But can you get a fair?
I understand what you're saying, and I agree. That is important to know. But I think you're looking at a percentage of households of fathers. So obviously, the mothers are going to be a much higher percentage.
Right.
Well, much higher
have
number. But let's say it's a million single mothers. For the sake of simple math, let's say it's a million single mothers, a million, but it's only 10,000 single fathers. But in that percentage of 10,000 single fathers, just for the sake of easy math, you can be like, well, out of these million mothers, single mothers, 60% of the kids went to jail. But out of these 10,000 single fathers, only 25% went to jail. So while you got a much bigger pool to pull from, it still could be a nice size number where you can get a legitimate number.
Okay, so what you're saying is okay, well, let's study these 10,000.
I just made up numbers. Yeah, I made up numbers.
So let's study this, because that's a big enough, like to your point, that is a big enough number to kind of understand the behavior.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
To understand the behavior or what's driving that number with
that's what I'm saying.
This percentage.
It could be, and I don't know, obviously, but I'm assuming, hopefully, it's a big enough number of single fathers where they can get a good idea. Yeah. That's what I was saying. Would it be worthy of, obviously, this is just a hypothetical conversation. Obviously, we ain't going to be met these changes. But I wonder how much impact it would have if kids went with their father as opposed to their mother. And the conversation I want to have is, what do you think? Because we can only surmise, or we can go off the kids that we do know who have single fathers. What do you think the difference would be? Because I think in general, the kids would be much more disciplined.
Yeah, definitely.
That's one thing I think you would see right away. They'd be much more disciplined.
Yeah. I can see that.
Even for me, I put my hand down. I put my foots down. Put my fist down.
Your foots?
I said my foot. I didn't say my foot.
It sounded like you said your foot. I put my foots down.
I said my foot.
Oh.
I said I put my foot down. I didn't say my foot.
It sounded like you said your foot.
Go ahead.
But I'm stern with my daughter.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why that's part of the reason why her mother gave her to me, because she was running over her mother.
That happens a lot with kids.
But when she got to me, I put my goddamn foot down and I'm like, this is the way it's gonna be. This is rule number 1. I'm the head of this house. Rule number 2, refer to rule number 1. That's what the fuck I told her when she moved in.
I can see, like I say,
I run this shit. Rule number 1, rule number 2. Refer to rule number 1.
I run this shit, and I run this shit.
You need to know who run this shit. You got any questions? I'll just refer to rule number 1.
What else you think besides this? Because I think discipline, probably a sense of order and focus. Because men tend to be goal oriented. You know, we got to accomplish something. Typically, a man has to accomplish something in the world in order to be considered a valuable man.
And
so we would pass that. We pass it to your sons. You got to do something. Like you got to accomplish something.
Yep. And even with my daughter, I gave her a sense of responsibility. Most mothers are not going to do that. I know women with I know single mothers with daughters that won't do what I let my daughter do. I let my daughter walk to the store. No, you shouldn't be letting her walk to the store. My daughter had to catch the fucking bus to school. I wasn't driving you to school. I'm not driving you to school. Get up, walk to the bus stop. It's a straight shot. Walk to school.
I know mothers who gonna do that shit now.
I ain't letting my
baby take no bus to school.
That behavior.
My baby ain't taking no bus.
How much snow was out there? I didn't give a fuck how cold it was. Get out and do that.
And that gives them a sense of responsibility.
Yeah.
And it liberates them at that age. So yeah.
And it gives them a sense like, damn, he trusts me. Or but on the other hand, on the flip side, I remember when she did, she kind of like got in her body. I take care of myself. Nah, you don't take care of yourself
at all.
I gave you a responsibility and you take care of your responsibility. You don't take care of yourself.
Good point.
Because I provide a roof over your head. I buy your clothes. I feed you. The reason you have a phone is because of me. The reason there's internet in this motherfucker is because of me. So you just handle your responsibility that I gave you.
And that's
I
it.
gave you a responsibility and you handle that fucking well to the point you think you're doing it on your own. No, you're
Mhm.
just handling your the responsibility that I gave you.
Let me read
I
this
gave you a
comment.
job, and there you go.
Let me read this comment by Moore. He said, I lived with my mother for the first 15 years of my life and then with my dad until I got my own place. Very different experiences. I flourished under my father. My mother kept me from so much.
Yep. Father's
coming from a
gonna
woman.
give you-
Yeah.
Father's gonna give you a little leeway.
You know what?
She,
You
hold
know
on,
what?
hold on. Before you continue, she made a couple more comments. My daddy made me, gave my 30-day bus pass. I'm not sure what she meant. Maybe use my 30-day bus pass while my car sat outside when I messed up in school. My mother never let me get my license. Very different structures. I
Yeah.
thought that was interesting. Go ahead.
I think this goes back to what we were saying like earlier when we were talking about holding up to your commitments. Like you can't
Mhm.
quit. Like
Yeah.
I think that's one of those things where, and not to say that mothers, I mean, obviously this is a generalization, but I think there are times, I think a father will be quick that, because I think this happens. Kids are going to have the moments where I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. I think that's a kid thing, right? But in those moments, I think fathers would probably be quicker to say, no, you're going to hold to your commitment. Again, not
Yep.
saying that mothers won't, but I think fathers will hold your feet to the fire, especially if you got a little boy who may be crying and whining, which that happens. I don't want to do it. Oh, my baby ain't got to do it. Daddy, no.
Women are naturally
Now, what-
nurturers, so they
now,
go
what
kind
do you
of
think
coddle
would be
you.
the downsides of just a dad?
Little girls' heads will be messed up. Little girls' heads will be
Head to be
ponytail, lopsided. No, I know some cats. I got some homeboys that put, they had they doing a little baby hair. You probably did you do your girl's hair?
Yeah, when she was little, no, I didn't do her hair. I took her to a goddamn shop.
Smart daddy.
I found a woman
Over in
I
Hyde
knew,
Park.
yeah.
They had a kitty salon in Hyde
Mm.
Park. I don't know if they still have it, but they had a kitty salon.
Mhm.
She would go there weekly, get her hair done,
Find somebody to do that
nails done,
shit.
Yeah.
all of that shit.
What do you think the
I
downside would
wasn't
be?
doing it.
Maybe a lack of sensitivity. Think that could be a possible downside with a father, maybe not as sensitive, or
The downside.
I'm just trying to go with
that makes
stereotypical things
sense.
that men kind of get criticized for that we may struggle with children.
Probably not easy to understand, like, especially like if there's a daughter, like understanding what she may be going through
I
during
think they go
certain
both ways
stages.
because mom's gonna experience that with boys.
With boys?
Yeah, so that's the same thing.
I don't know.
What about not? go ahead.
Maybe not as nurturing. I mean, you just
That's what I
said
was
it.
gonna go to.
Maybe not as
Not as
nurturing.
attentive to the kids.
Yeah. Maybe that.
Yep. And that's the downside to it because I work a lot. So there was some shit that she did had to handle herself. But I made sure there was food in the house. I taught her how to cook, all of that shit. So she was responsible.
I'll tell you one thing I did notice, and it's not a knock on single moms, and this is from a very small pool of the single fathers that I know. I think I said I know like 5 or 6. They were all adamant about having strong female figures in their kids' life. And I know a lot of single moms, whether through a lack of options or that's just not the route they chose,
boom,
don't have
Hey.
single fathers. I mean, strong male figures in their kids' life.
Mhm.
Some don't have it through a lack of options. Like they don't have a brother or uncle or a good male friend who could provide that role. But some choose not to go that route. And I noticed just the fathers that I know, and I say it's a small pool, but I noticed they were adamant about having
that
a mother, a sister, an auntie, a friend as a prominent figure in their children's life, whether it's boys or girls.
Yep.
So I don't know if single mothers make a point to do that. I know I could tell you for flirting with my fiance, before we started dating, that was definitely a concern of hers. And I saw that when we were friends. Like she really was trying to find a male figure that she could trust to be in her son's life. That was the first single woman that I know who was actually adamant about doing that because she knew there's certain things that I can't provide. Like I'm a great mom and I do all these things, but there's certain things I can't give my son, and I want him to have those things.
Right.
And I remember I was like, damn, I don't know if I've had too many women. Like, I'm sure they thought it, but they never verbalized it. At least to me, well, I never noticed that they were trying to make an effort. I'm sure they do.
Right.
But the ones that I was like, wow, I
put
thought
them
that was
in
dope.
boys clubs and
Yeah, they just
try
put them.
to,
They put them in positions where
football or
they
sports,
can get that, or they
where
think they can
have
get
that
it.
male authority.
And a lot of
And
moms
that's
do. I
what
know I had it
they
in my
do.
life. My father wasn't around late in my life, but I had a bunch of male figures in my life that I could always count on. But I've always said, Joe, if you if you're a single father, you gotta have that woman figure, that female figure. If you're a single mother, you definitely need to have that male figure, at least somebody you could trust. you know what I'm saying, to help you out. But I just thought that was an interesting statistic. Like, I wonder, you know what I'm saying? I think maybe that's the reason why single fathers, less of their children go to prison, just because of that structure and that discipline that a man is probably going to bring. Because think about it. When you got kids, that dad voice, shut shit the fuck down. Like mama be in there, and dad be like, hey, shit shut down. He 3 rooms away. Look,
hey, I seen a video.
That shit shut the fuck down.
Yeah, I seen a video.
What? Baritone?
Hey man,
they feel that shit.
They feel that shit.
Like,
shit.
Or sometimes you ain't even gotta say shit.
Just walk in the damn room.
Just walk in the room and look.
Yeah.
And walk the fuck back out.
Joe, my mother and my ex-wife used to take my daughter to the mall. Now, I'm a playful father. So I be in the mall with my kids going ape shit.
Yeah.
I be in the grocery store. Listen, I don't know if you ever seen this. You in the grocery store with me. I used to have my kids in the cart playing bumper cars and racing through the grocery store like I'm a kid. I'm a playful ass father, G.
That's what's up.
I used to have other parents looking at me like, this motherfucker nut. I didn't give a shit. We was shopping and we was having a fucking ball. But when the mama, my ex-wife took them, they would act the same way. So they come back. I'm sick of these kids. They don't listen to shit. I'm like, I don't have them issues.
Man.
If they doing too much, I'd be like, that's it. You know, they straighten up. Oh shit. You know what I'm saying? They be giving their mama in the flux. So I think you see a lot of kids. Kids test their mama. I always tested my mama. I never tested my father, Joe.
No.
I thought my father was a fucking superhero. I wasn't trying to piss him off.
I never tested.
Right as a kid.
You know, and quiet as kept, I never tested my mom.
I never tested my mom either.
Really?
I take that back.
Bro.
You had to test your mama.
Fuck no. Yeah, hell no.
Not really.
Man, hell,
not
you
really.
ain't pushed back on her rules coming in. I mean, like,
I've done
back
that.
a little
I've
too
done
much.
That. Like I've like said, like I've gone like outside and I wasn't supposed to, like stuck out shit like that.
Shit, if your daddy told you not to go, you wasn't considering that.
But when you said that, what I wouldn't do is you tell me to, like, if you say something to me and I give you back to, I didn't do that shit.
Yeah, I never did.
Not really. Not that I could, like, especially as a teenager. Nah.
Man,
I ain't really talk that much either.
I ain't talk shit.
But my siblings.
Well, no, that wasn't loud.
I never talk back to my parents.
Never.
I never talk back to them. Ever. That's why I could get anything from
Hey man,
I
listen,
know
my dad was
I
absent. My dad was absent like towards the end of grade school, all through high school, all through college, right? But I'm gonna tell you something. Those early years, he put something in me. Like, even though he wasn't around, if somebody was like, I'm gonna call Johnny, I'm straightening the fuck up.
Really? Even
man,
gone?
dude, even today as a grown man, me and my dad have a great relationship now. The level of respect, like, it's weird because I'm grown as hell now.
My shit went opposite of yours, G. When my old man disappeared, fuck that. Well, not say that because my old man passed away.
Yeah.
But my mind was, he can't tell me nothing.
But
if he told him.
But if he tried to.
No.
Did he ever try to?
Yes. And that was the problem. Because I said, we get along fine.
As long as you don't try to tell me what to do.
No. If you stop trying to be my father.
Okay, I feel like this is another therapy session.
No, it's not. It's not. I just me and my father only argued when he tried to, like, push this fatherhood shit on me. Fam, you missed that opportunity. You let me grow up without you. Just be my friend now. Just be cool and let's go from there. If it somehow morphs back into that, well, I'm coming to you for like, I'm 20-something, 30-something years old, dog. You can't be telling me what to do under I'm your father. I don't want to hear that shit, nigga. You've been gone for 15, 16 fucking years. You know what I'm saying? I went all through high school. So my mind was like this.
Yeah, we the opposite on that.
Yeah, we could be cool, G, but unless I ask, you cannot pull the father card on me. My mama can. You need to be my homie. And if you want to offer sage advice, cool. But if you offer under I'm your father, I know better. Nigga, you what? Yes, that was a problem for me and him. Every time he tried that father shit, trying to force an advice on me or want to know something, he want some information from me. And why you want to know that? I'm your father. That shit meant nothing to me.
Hey, I'm about to say something. I'm about to say something. And that plays, I think it's listening to you, it kind of plays over into how you are with everyone else. Like, because my father, the dude that's supposed to have the authority over me, can't tell me shit. None of you motherfuckers can tell me shit.
You stuck in that space.
No, because
Yeah.
it's the people that I'm not
I
here with
know
everybody.
that
My
would
brother
be
can
no
shut me up like
authority.
this.
Yeah, but that's a dominant
that's
part.
a brother.
You're only 2 years older than me.
It's
Oh,
still
no,
just
no.
a brother. Like your brother, like even if your brother could tell you something, you can listen to him, but still you'd be like, fuck you, nigga. You
Who, my
just
brother? You crazy as fuck. You got your fucking
Okay.
mind talk to my brother like that. What?
Yeah.
Got me fucked.
What'd you say your brother? What'd you say your brother
Let me
6
tell you
what?
something.
He's 6'6".
That ain't it though. My brother knew how I feel about my father. I had 2 cars. My brother called me up and said, Dad need a car. You got to give him your car. Now he knew goddamn well
You weren't doing it.
I ain't want to give my father that car. You know what I said? Come get the keys. No, I argue with my brother. That what the fuck he said? What the fuck going down?
You respect your brother. But
I mean,
your
Joe,
brother
to me, when my father stopped doing what he supposed to do,
That was
My
it.
brother-
became that.
he didn't become that because he only 2 years older than me. And he was doing his thing. But when I needed a motherfucker to talk to,
He was there.
that's who I called. Now, he didn't become my father. Like, he didn't take my father's role. He wasn't capable.
Right.
He was in college. He was living his life, but he
Mhm.
was in high school. But that shoulder, when I'm confused, when I'm in college and I don't whoop the wham, I ain't calling my pops.
Right.
I'm calling my brother.
Your brother.
Right.
My early life experience. Like, when I be telling y'all about these wild shit I went to, these parties and Super Bowls, all that shit was my brother.
Mm-hmm.
So I honor my brother. Now we are argue, but when my brother, like when he say some real shit, Joe, if my brother
You
say,
know.
Lance, chill the fuck out.
You chilling the fuck out.
Immediately, nigga.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nah, I push back, but for the most part, I'm honoring my brother, G. I just
Right.
I honor him,
Yeah.
and I respect the fuck out of my brother.
Right.
So yeah, I'm
And
honoring
that's
him.
the thing.
But you might be right. There may be
Yeah, that's- it's
something that I
some-
ain't
it's
But
something
gonna.
to
still,
that.
it's different when you have that authority figure, that father that was like, look, the
I'm
person
good with
that
authority, Sam. I'm really good with authority.
I know you are, but the authority figure that was supposed to be that authority figure wasn't there. He couldn't really tell you shit. Like you said, he missed that part of your life where you don't get to tell me shit now. You okay? We only have a problem when you trying to be my father.
It's not your role anymore to me.
That's not your role.
You might be on
And
something.
so now with everybody else, you see that same pattern. Like, oh, you see that as a person trying to tell you something. Like, oh, no.
Yeah.
You don't have that authority. I'm a grown motherfucker now. Nobody has ever had that authority.
I don't know if you're right, but I don't know if you're wrong either.
Dude, Sam.
I don't know if you're right, but I don't know if you're
Sam,
wrong.
Sam
Dude,
is-
when I heard it, like this is something that my therapist.
I don't know if
would
you're
tell me.
right,
Yeah.
but I don't know if you're wrong.
Ain't that the funny thing
It'll
about
be a
therapy?
boom.
Ain't that the funny thing about therapy? When you go to that shit, now your thought process is different. So
Your thought
now when
process-
you process the
Shit
things that you hear differently.
Let me see what.
That's why,
And then,
like,
so then when
I-
people, hey, dude, don't do that shit.
like when I date, all I'm doing,
Yeah.
since therapy, when I date, I'm listening to a woman for 15 minutes. I'm like, she needs to sit in some goddamn body chair. No, nope, I ain't doing this.
Damn,
It's been a good one,
Right.
but you need to sit in somebody goddamn chair.
you think that's a good thing to do? What you doing?
No, because I know what the fuck I'm gonna have to deal with. Because she
But
haven't dealt.
are you listening for their flaws? Like,
No,
you
I'm
looking
not
for them?
listening. No, I'm
said
not.
you-
Yeah, but if it
listening
presents
at all.
itself, if
You
it
just-
presents itself, like some shit
Motherfuckers
it
talk
just
long enough, they gonna tell you they gonna show what the fuck their problem is. They gonna
Yeah.
show you their issues. It's like you ain't even gotta ask. Like you ain't gotta ask if you want some water. Motherfucker just they go to water. Like oh shit, they go
Right,
to
no,
water.
I got you. Let me see. I say my dad was an OTR truck driver. That means over the road for those who don't know. But he was mostly regional, so he basically let my mom handle the discipline when he wasn't home. But when she told him about something I did and he raised up, the amount of fear that was in my heart was unexplainable.
Yeah.
Tyree Sterling said, I work at an all-boys school. The ones that respect their father figure are the most approachable and easier to work with.
Yeah. That, it's that thing, man. Even if dad ain't around as much as he should, if he's done the right things when he's there and instill certain things in some people's life, that fear is gone.
You see, my dad.
And I don't mean
did all
fear
that.
like you scared.
No, I
It's
got
like
you.
that reverence, that respect.
See, my
like I
pop
need to
did
straighten
do
my
that.
shit up.
My pop did do that, but I am a reciprocal person.
Mm.
So if you stop fucking with me,
Yeah.
I don't care, Joe. Like
All
this
that
is
shit's
my
out the
fault.
door.
You got to understand. My father different. I thought my father was a superhero. I was one of them kids who thought my father was the coldest, dopest, strongest. Like I'm one of them kids like my father whooped your daddy ass.
Right.
Like you
Fact.
couldn't tell me nothing about my pops, Joe.
Couldn't tell me.
So you gotta
shit about
understand
mine.
how it broke my motherfucking heart
Right,
when he
right.
stopped fucking with me. I
Yeah.
thought you was the world's greatest
You like
man.
Superman
G.
don't fuck
What?
with me no more,
Right.
man.
All
Right.
my toughness and all that shit. My father put that shit in me as a shorty. He put me through certain things and experiences that, and I appreciated them, and I always draw back on it. So when he stopped fucking with me, nigga, that shit killed me because I needed my pops. So that's why when he came back, I wasn't feeling that shit, G. Because in my mind, Joe, when I needed you, you weren't there. So all these years,
Like Superman.
I've had to figure what the thing was. I had to figure it out on my own. You can now not come. You can't come back now and start giving me all this advice. So when I needed that shit, see now you giving me advice. I ain't even fucking
Ask for.
You just
Right.
But you know what that is. He trying to make up. He trying to make up
Yeah.
for
and that's
lost
what I wanted
times.
him to stop doing. Like Joe, just be my homie. What? Huh?
You couldn't give him that?
No, nigga, you ain't earned that. What
Okay.
you mean?
I'm just asking.
No. But see, if he would have been accountable for what he did,
Yeah,
I could have moved on.
yeah,
Because I never hated my pops.
yeah.
That's the difference. Some of us hate that. I never had a father. He wasn't completely absentee. I told you he was around till I was like 12, 13, and he disappeared through high school and college completely. Like I knew where he was, but he just wasn't talking to me. He wasn't communicating. He wasn't checking on me. Nothing.
We back.
Should be back. We should be back up in this boy.
I didn't pay my internet bill.
Liam got his internet free with a gyro.
I got a hamster in the back running. You said I got it with a gyro. And some fries.
But yeah, so that's why I was just like, Joe, like, yeah, I'm a type of dude, Joe. Like, I don't know. I can't honor you. You gotta earn certain shit with me.
Like once you lose that
I
respect,
think
it's
so
like
that's more what it is. You gotta earn your right to say certain shit to me.
Yeah.
Because I don't say shit like that to motherfuckers unless I've earned that right. Like I've said some shit to motherfuckers that other people may think. I tried to talk one of my homies out of getting married. I did it twice. And the second time I did it, I said, the first time I talked, I actually did talk him out of it. The second time, I'm like, Joe, I know you finna get married. I'm like, I cannot be your friend if I don't get this off my chest. That's what we gonna do. We're gonna get some drinks. We're gonna chop it up. And then whatever decision you finish with, I will never, ever speak on that shit again. I spoke my piece. He said what he had to say. We shook hands. I ain't brought that shit up since. But I had to say because I earned that with him.
Right.
That's my man's.
Right.
And he allowed me. Like I had to ask permission. He allowed me to say something that's he about to get married, my nigga. Like he allowed his homie to be like, I don't think you should do it for these and these reasons. You can't just, my father could never say that to me. Nigga, you ain't earned the right to talk to me, Joe. You ain't been around. You ain't been through the trenches with me. You ain't helped me through nothing. You ain't been there for me. You have not earned the right to think that you can be the person to advise me through difficult times when I ain't asked you shit.
Yeah.
You ain't earned the right to ask me about no information. Don't ask me about my girl. Don't ask about nothing personal. That shit dead for you. Yeah. Whatever I divulge is completely up to me, my nigga.
And don't try to pull it out of me.
But see, that's the problem. My pops, he still was on that I'm your father shit.
But technically,
well, I wasn't going.
Pause. Don't try to pull it out of me. You pause, nigga.
You know,
that's a Super Bowl too.
Super fucking balls.
You know what was so bad about that dog when he said pause and I kept talking and then he said it again. We both were like, What?
I ain't know what you talking about. But on some real shit, Joe, I'm like that with friends too, dog. Joe, certain friends, you got the leeway to say certain things. You know what I'm saying? Like I remember, this ain't about me. I remember I was at school and we roasting one of my guys. And you know, everybody roasting him, but it's a dude at the table that's not with us. But
He
he
trying to
told
roast them.
nigga, that shit.
Yeah, it went bad.
Hold on, it didn't go that. That ma turned around.
That
That ma turned around. Was like, who the fuck is you talking to? I said, wait a minute, Joe. I said, we all been roasting you. You ain't said nothing.
Nigga don't know.
Hey, that ma just, he said, yeah, I fuck with you. I don't know this nigga.
Right, nigga.
I was just like this.
You
You on
don't
your
get
own now, pimp. Like shit.
You don't get to partake in this shit.
Yeah, you gotta earn that with a
You ain't
motherfucker,
earned
Joe.
Yeah.
Advice, jokes, criticism.
Yeah.
You got- so
gotta
people be
earn that
like,
shit.
you dismissing my criticism.
You ain't earned it.
I
Yeah.
don't even know you.
And
You
it
won't
goes back. Full circle.
why I
What
said-
the fuck I just said?
That's why I said it.
Yeah.
Because he said, you ain't listening to a
You
motherfucker.
ain't earned it.
You ain't earned it.
And what did I say? I said, you ain't, I don't know if you're right, but you ain't wrong. So I'm just flushing it out.
Yeah. That's some shit
You
for you
ain't
to chew
earned
on and think about when you
I'm
driving.
listening to him. I said, yeah, you ain't
I
earned it
think
with
I
me,
think
G.
Sam was on to
I
something.
ain't, nah, I hear you. I hear you out. I'll let you finish. You can say whatever you want to say. And at the end, I'll be like, all right.
All right.
Hey,
Okay.
okay.
So I guess I am dismissive.
You dismissive as
Guilty.
shit.
I'm Tory
Okay.
Lanez now. Guilty as charged.
But I respect what you did. You like, you know what? You might not be right. You might not be wrong.
Yeah. You're considering it.
Yeah,
See,
you
people
considering it.
think I'm closed minded. I keep telling them, I'm not a closed minded. People think I am.
Yeah.
We've earned
Not
that
a closed
respect
mind,
with
people
each
think
other.
I am.
We've earned that respect. Us two, we've
Now
earned
you
that
gonna
respect.
take away from my growth. Huh? I was trying to say I had growth, and now you gonna minimize my growth. No, fuck you, niggas. I just thought you said some good shit.
though.
How about that,
it's good
motherfucker?
shit.
Goddamn, some of my bitches don't let your boy grow up in here, man. I'm just trying to
Yeah,
grow, man.
Life will make
Pause.
your ass grow. Yeah. I feel like I gotta say pause with everything, man. Because this motherfucker, boy, your ears are sensitive to that shit, boy. I'm like, wait, what?
All right,
I
hold
watch
on.
The Office. Everything I hear is sensitive. Like motherfucker say that. That's what she said.
That's what she said.
I'm saying like, no, pause, nigga.
All right, hold on. Before we shut it down,
It's so fun being a guy.
I want to play. I want to play one more video for y'all.
It's so fun being a guy.
Is it really? That shit can be hard. It ain't
I
fun for all
mean,
of us.
But it's fun. It's fun.
It's fucking fun.
I think it's much
It's
more
fun.
fun. To
Like
go
women
to
don't have a. That's what
There was a video you sent me. What the fuck was that you sent me?
the shit about friends. Was that you talking about that one?
Nah, it was about yeah. The male boyfriend. What the fuck was that?
Somebody sent that to me. That's a
Okay, I
beat-
got it.
That's a beat up topic.
You want me to play it?
I mean, you can play it. I'm just saying it's a common
Yeah,
topic.
well, let's listen to it.
I
See
think
what you
Sam would be myself and Sam would be good.
I want to know what you think about. I know I ain't even give my opinion on it yet because I think I asked you what you thought,
Yeah.
and you was like yes and no. So we'll see because I ain't said nothing about it yet.
Girl has a male friend
Hold on.
who she insists on hanging around.
You saw this?
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
your girl has a male friend who she insists on hanging around, she's fucking him. Period. If she insists on hanging around this guy, if you've made it clear, hey, I don't like this male friend shit, I can't do this male friend shit, and she's willing to put her relationship on the line and put whatever on the line to hang around this guy, she's getting something from him that she's not getting it from you, and it's good. She's fucking him. No ifs, ands, or buts about it 100% of the time. If your girl has a male friend,
I disagree.
I knew you were because you got a lot of female friends.
Because
why I wanted to play it for
if
him.
you have a 10-year friendship with this woman, that is your buddy.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing has ever transpired.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all just good. You have a 10-year friendship. Now you get this woman or this guy that is insecure.
Life will make
Pause.
your ass grow. Yeah. I feel like
Yeah.
It goes back to there's this part. Remember Brown Sugar?
Mhm.
Tay Diggs and Sanaa Lathan.
Right.
When they're at the a bridal shower, and Sanaa is answering all these questions about him.
Yeah.
There's a little jealousy, like, damn, you know a lot. So it sparks a little jealousy because damn, I don't know this about them, or I haven't learned this about them.
She knows intimate things about
She
my
knows
friend, and I'm
right.
like non-sexual intimate things about my friend that I
and
don't
sexual.
So before I'm
and
gonna read a
sexual.
couple comments, and then I'm gonna ask a question.
know. You read comments from the
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I agree. That's bullshit. Disagree. That's weird. A woman said 98% of the time they're having sex. Kids say I disagree. Ronald, I disagree. More the other 2%, she values her friendship over relationship. Ken, especially if there's been no valid reason for his or her stance. And then Tiffany said exactly, Sam. This is my question. Okay. I want to stick within the premise of what he said.
Right.
He did kind of get a little specific.
He did.
He said, if it's a case where the woman's in a relationship and he's not fond of the friend. Now, he didn't give a reason, but he said he's not fond of the friend, the male friend, and the woman won't stop hanging around. So let's not just stick with let's assume he's not saying cut off the friendship. Just for the sake of conversation, let's assume he meant she won't stop spending time with him. Not that they got to stop being friends. You just talk to a motherfucker on the phone. But he specifically said hanging around.
And spending time.
They hanging out together.
Mm-hmm.
So if he's saying that he don't like this dude, they are in a relationship, and if she's not willing to stop that friendship or stop hanging around, not stop the friendship, not make that clear, not stop the friendship, but stop spending so much time with this dude for her man, they're fucking.
Yeah, because even
You agree?
I sort of agree, but it don't mean she's getting dick from him. They just have a tight bond. Now, I can see, because even if it were me and my best friend, woman, if it was her and she's in a new relationship and she's expressed that, I'm like, you know what? That's your guy. You trying to build a relationship with
You're gonna
him.
fall back.
I'm gonna fall back.
You're gonna naturally fall back.
I'm gonna naturally fall back.
So you gonna fall back on the relationship.
Yeah.
On the friendship.
On the friendship. We won't go out as much.
So
We
then
still
some part of you
friends.
must agree with this man. Because he's saying
No, I respect.
It's the respect
It's
thing.
the
Respect
respect
what?
thing. Respect him as another man and respect him.
Hold on.
because
Are you saying if you're the friend or you're the boyfriend?
If I'm the friend,
Oh,
Listen,
okay.
I'll fall back.
Listen,
Okay.
Like, no,
so
that's your dude.
But what if you don't know about his feelings?
he's just gonna do it
that-
regardless of knowing his feelings.
Yeah.
Fall back
Don't
from what?
fall back.
From just
It's
hanging out with your friend?
it's just an unspoken respect thing.
So you're saying you're gonna, once she gets in a relationship, you're gonna voluntarily, without any prompting from her, dial down the amount of time you try to spend with her.
Right, you got a dude now.
Listen, I got my best female friend. My female friend, when I was single,
Mhm.
there would be times where she was going on a date or she coming home from a date, she'll call me and tell me about it, or hey, I'm a little tired. Can you just like listen on the way? Cool, right? That'll be 1 o'clock in the morning. I know for a fact that she wouldn't just randomly call me at 1 o'clock because I might be with my girl.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's almost the same thing. It's just a certain level of respect. Now, that don't mean that we can't hang and we can't. I don't agree with that, first of all.
Okay.
It does, like the scenario, the way he painted it, it does sound like it could be suspect. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think that you should not be friends with your friend. You shouldn't have a friend of the opposite sex.
Yeah.
If your mate have an issue, it just might be that person.
Yeah, it's right.
Because I dated somebody who off GP. Like I mentioned my friend my friend a couple of times. She was like, "Who is this?" And she was like, "You got a best friend? You got a friend that's a female?" I'm like, "Yeah, that's like my sister." She was like, "Well, I don't agree with that," without knowing anything about the dynamics of the friendship. So I'm like, I don't know what to tell you then, because this is like my family.
Yeah,
You know
these
what I'm
are
saying?
people.
And I ain't had nothing invested in this shit. So you are definitely not in a position to be telling me who the fuck I can be friends with. You know what I'm saying?
What you ain't putting up with?
All right. You know
Oh,
what?
shit.
You know what? You shouldn't put up with
You know what?
This motherfucker been 10 toes down.
You ain't even got
You
nothing
know what I'm
to put
saying?
up.
Right.
Right.
Your
Right.
hands are free and in the clear.
Right. But I think like Sam said, and I'm the same way. I would just kind of dial it back. You know what I'm saying? Now, some people might say, well, why do you have to dial it back if ain't nothing there? It's just a common respect thing.
So what about if you're the boyfriend though, and you don't like this dude for whatever reason? You have an issue for whatever reason.
I've been in that space before.
So you got an issue with her male friend.
I've been in that space before where I had issues with a person I was dating, guy friend.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I remember.
Fuck, I don't even know who you talking about. Don't name drop.
Big boy. Big dude, dark skin.
Fuck.
He went and came back to you dig and said what if it was an issue. I'm not trying to put the business out there.
Hey, tell me offline because I'm really
You know
long.
what I'm talking about. I think his name begin with a D. It's not familiar now.
No.
He used to host the. Never mind. I'm gonna give it to
Yeah,
you.
motherfucker. The devil is in the details. You about to tell the devil who the devil is. But no, I had an issue with this dude because when I met him, his energy was like off. Like he didn't like look at me. He barely wanted to talk. I'm like, dude, this your best friend? Like this dude act like he, and you pick up on that shit. You pick up on the shade. And I didn't say anything right away. And I never even told her, like, you can't be this dude friend no more. I'm just like, that dude like you.
So this is my question.
Yeah.
That dude like you. And if he had the opportunity, he going.
This is my
You know
question.
what I'm saying?
She got this friend, and you got this vibe, but you ain't cuffed her yet. Is her relationship with this dude gonna prevent you from cuffing her?
the relationship or how she moved, or is she considering? Or
Well, the fact that she's going to continue this friendship and you don't feel comfortable from what you've seen.
That's
It's
it.
not
Listen.
an assumption. From what you've seen, you don't feel comfortable with their friends. Like you say, I think he like you or whatever. But she like, nah, he don't like me. That's just my homie. That's just my
That's how
friend.
she
Ain't
sound,
nothing
the voice.
between us. And you like, well, I know niggas, and I think dude like you. Well, I'm telling you, he done who out there with. She ain't going.
And
I'm just let it play out.
You dig or not?
yeah, you gotta let that play out.
Yeah, I'm gonna just let it play out.
Let
You
what
gotta-
play out, nigga.
I'm still gonna pursue her, everything, but she.
You gotta let that
sooner or
play
later,
out.
she
You
gonna-
do?
It's just gonna
What's
play out.
to play out,
and she's
nigga?
going to see.
They
I don't
friendship
have-
is they friendship.
Their friendship is their
No,
friendship.
because-
You gotta
no.
be comfortable with the
I'm
friendship.
gonna tell you. This
I
how
always
it
say
is.
You
You're
gotta.
not-
I can't.
you're
Listen,
not-
Because
I
the
can't.
closer you get to her,
Keep in mind,
It's an assumption.
But
It's an
listen,
assumption. It's a hunch. It's a hunch.
Listen to what I said.
You're talking about making a decision off a hunch.
You're already not comfortable. I said that. You're already not comfortable.
But I'm not comfortable all based off what?
what you've seen.
What have I
I
seen?
just took your
it's-
scenario. I just said that
Oh,
you've
you
seen
s-
them together. You feel like he likes her. You're not comfortable with their friendship because you feel
Yes.
like he likes her.
So I'm gonna
And
let
she
that play
won't-
out like I
let it
did.
play out.
Let
You
it
gotta
play
let that
out
play
how?
out. Just continue to date.
Just
For how
continue
long, nigga? She's a friend for years.
No,
If
because I'm gonna tell you.
You understand what I'm saying? She's a friend for years. Like, what are you
For
hoping
years.
to play out?
If
But
there's
what
enough, go ahead. I'm sorry. You the guest.
So what happens is
Talking over this shit.
what I know of women with male friends. If we see shit like that, what's going to happen is the more you hang out with her, the more she's going to become attached to you. He's going to get more jealous, and she's going to see that, and she'll come back. You know what? You was right. Because
That's
she's
what
now,
you hoping.
no, it's a woman is naturally going to catch feelings and start being around a guy that she's comfortable with.
What did dude say? He think they fucking. So once again,
He
you're
think they
hoping.
fucking. Well, see, now he's a different scenario.
No, it's the
he
same
think-
scenario.
If he think they fucking,
Well, okay.
and he didn't say
said-
he think.
No,
he
he
said 9 times out of 10 they are.
So that's why I'm
So
giving
you
you
just
the
dismissing it. You just adamant
constraints
that's
of
what it
you
is, they
already
fucking.
think he want to fuck her. 'Cause that's what he said. Remember, no, this dude like you. So you already think that her close friend wants to fuck, and she spends a lot of time with him. Now you're dating her. You would cuff her, knowing she has a
I'm
friendship
still-
in which you're
yeah,
uncomfortable with.
I'm still gonna continue to
You
date.
too?
her. I just let it play out.
Let it play
I
out.
don't know what that means.
See what
You don't
happens.
put it like this. You don't stop the. You
Right,
don't
I'm
stop
not
dating
gonna
her.
stop
Okay, but
dating
it's-
her.
I'm
I'm
not
not
gonna
gonna
You
stop
don't
pursuing
stop
her.
dating
But
her. You
I ain't
continue
gonna-
to date
A decision
her.
must be made. Either you gonna cuff her or you not gonna cuff her. In this
The
situation,
decision is you cuffing.
so you hoping you obtain some more information.
No, I'm not
You say, I'm gonna let
hoping.
it
I'm
play
not
out.
hoping. I'm just not. I'm gonna trust that what you're saying is true.
Oh, that's what you mean by let it play out.
I'm gonna trust
Okay.
that what you said is true,
Yeah, that's
and that's letting it play out.
Okay, that's what I was trying to
Because
understand.
what I'm not gonna do, which is some young boy shit, is keep conveniently bringing that
bring
up.
that shit up.
And you know what I'm saying? Now
Because now she's gonna choose.
now you compromising your cool.
Yeah.
Now you compromising your cool.
You wouldn't even consider
This
walking
nigga
away from shorty.
insecure and shit.
Like I ain't finna cuff her. I don't like. Her
I think the only thing that would make me walk away, especially because you gave a scenario, we're not even in a relationship. This is
No, but you own that with her. So
that's what she's
you
in that.
moving that way, but y'all
Right.
ain't there. But you
Right.
own that. Like you like
Right.
her.
I
like
think
that.
the only thing that would make me, like, first and foremost, when I bring it to you, that, like how you respond to you respond.
Yep.
Like if I express, I'm like, hey, listen, because what I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna search and see if there's some insecurity. If it's something that, you know, maybe I'm jealous, because these are all emotions. So I'm gonna assess myself first. Once I've done that and I realize it's none of that, I'm not going to ignore what I see and so now I'll bring how she responds to it is gonna that's the response. Like, yeah, I can see how that happens, or like, oh, get the fuck out of here. You just being jealous. That's probably not the best response to me. Because what I feel and what I see, especially if I've already assessed it's not me being jealous or in that space. If you just say, no, get the fuck out of here, you don't know what you're talking about, or you can't, or don't tell me. Yeah, don't tell me I'm tripping.
Now you disregard my feelings.
Yeah, because now it's not even about your friend.
Right.
Now it's just about how you fucking respond to what I communicate to you.
Don't tell me I'm tripping. Because I know the fuck I ain't tripping.
This is we about to shut it down a minute. It's a question that just popped into my head. It's kind of a left turn. You in an argument with your girlfriend, right? And she introduces into the argument something her male friend said, like to justify her point.
So,
well, John said
indirectly, she's saying that she's letting you know that she talk about y'all shit.
Right.
You can I'm just asking. You can take it how
that's
you want.
That's not the issue.
Basically,
no, I'm saying y'all just arguing. Y'all into it. In the middle of your argument, she validates one of her statements by saying, "And my homie, what you call it, said woo 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 woo." Y'all good with that?
Oh, hell no. Fuck no.
Liv, you good with that?
Who the fuck is he? What the fuck you discussing?
Yeah.
Joe, that shit will make me live.
It's making you feel that way because of what? Your response is like that. Why?
Nigga, you better not introduce what the fuck another nigga said in our
because they talking about your shit.
Well, no, in the heat of the moment too. Like we're going back and forth, and now you gonna throw in my face what another motherfucker said.
And Steve said you stupid too.
Well, that's now you wild. Now you get wild. But I'm with him. This is our relationship.
Right.
You finna tell me what some another nigga said about Joe. I had that happen one time. I said, Joe, if you ever in your mother, don't you never say, I don't give a fuck what no nigga say.
Keep that
about
shit
what the
yourself.
fuck you and I.
Yeah, the timing on that. The timing on that is bad.
No, ain't no time.
Ain't no fucking time. The timing always gonna be bad.
In our relationship, should you be coming to me about what your male friend said about our shit? I take maybe your girlfriend, your male friend. You better tuck that in your motherfucking pocket.
What if he saying some shit and he agree with you?
She ain't gonna tell me that.
Right.
She tell me that. She gonna help her. But you know what? John said you were right.
Right.
And both of y'all wrong.
And, hold on. And I'm gonna tell you how I be handling that. That's cool, but I don't give a fuck what John said. That's cool. That's cool.
Now,
you upset that she even talking to this nigga about your shit.
Because if I introduce the good shit, I give you permission to introduce the bad shit.
No, I'm gonna tell you
so
why.
We gonna cut this shit
don't
off.
Bring up no nigga name in our shit.
None.
One, because this nigga shouldn't even be on your mind. Not enough to introduce it to me. Two, I'm gonna fuck what he think. And three, I ain't crazy enough to tell you what none of my female friends said.
Right.
That's you just signed. Listen, if you arguing with your girl and you be like, well, Tisha said, nigga, before you finish your sentence, she cutting your throat.
Before you can even.
You think you can get that off on any chick? On any chick. You can be in the middle of an argument and tell her what your female friend said.
Well, go be with her ass then.
and that's if she being nice. She didn't say that if she being nice.
Well, go be with her.
What? Fuck that bitch.
What? That bitch?
And now she got a problem with her for the rest of the fucking
And
night.
your female friend is not all type of hoes.
God forbid y'all stay together. God forbid y'all make it through that. Now she definitely don't like that.
Nigga. The worst thing you could ever do is bring up something another chick said to your chick.
I swear to God.
Especially if she don't hold your friend in the highest of regards. If she feel any type of way about her, you about to find out right then and there.
Oh,
and I don't like that bitch no way.
Right.
I don't know what made me think about that, but that just popped in my head. Like, am I the only one who's shutting that shit down? I don't give no fuck if this nigga had the most wisest, most insightful fucking comment I've ever heard.
Yep.
Fuck that nigga.
Yep.
We all on agreement on that?
Yeah.
Mm.
Because now I introduce you to tell me other shit he said. I'm living that shit in the book. My whole saying is my business is your business is my business, our business is no fucking.
Look at Chantel
business.
talking about this validating everything he was thinking anyway. What you talking about the friend shit? I don't know if you talking about this conversation. Anyway, yeah, what time is it?
10:09.
Hey, we ain't gonna, I was thinking what we need to do.
Mm.
We need to go buy botches, Joe.
All right.
I don't know if we got fuck, I gotta drive. It's always something. I gotta drive to work tomorrow. You know how far I live from my job? The motherfucker.
Oh, that's right. You got to start going in.
Joe, my job is 53 miles away.
Wow.
53 miles one way, dog. Yeah. I'm mad as hell they're making us come to the
That's
office
an hour
twice a
and
week.
half.
Actually, it only say
How many?
twice a week.
Twice a week?
And the pissed off part is other teams under my director who only got to come in twice a month.
Dude, I just found out that my office, which is 10 minutes away, 10, 15 minutes away, is about to move to Lyle, which is
Damn.
by Naperville.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's some bullshit.
It won't,
But
it won't take you long
the-
to get there.
Yeah, but I'm gonna hit that 355.
Well, the reason ain't gonna take you long because out here ain't gonna be no traffic. I don't care what time
No
of day it
traffic.
is.
Yeah,
Like,
going that direction.
like
but it's
80,
still
80 heading west.
It's still
you gonna get
Lyle
good
though.
money.
It's still Lyle.
That's by my career.
And I only have to go once a week, so I ain't really tripping. I don't give a shit. And I got a company car, so I ain't using my
But
gas.
see, you an outside sales. I'm an inside.
Yeah.
There's no reason for us to be in the office. I'm not gonna be more productive in the office than I'm be in my house. Like it's gonna be
Yeah,
the same.
team building.
No, no team deal. Don't even talk to the motherfuckers.
And they just don't want to be paying the fucking rent for
I'm just
nothing.
gonna, real quick, we're gonna shut it down.
Yeah, that's true.
What type of coworker y'all? I'm the type who come do my job, mind my business, and go to fuck home. I do very little. Like I'll fraternize within my team,
Mm.
but I don't know anybody else in the office. I don't have lunch with nobody. I typically eat lunch by myself or maybe one person. I don't try to hang out with nobody after work. I leave work at motherfucking work. And I don't do a whole lot of frat. Y'all the type of real, like, I got other people, they real friendly. They kick it with their coworkers and all that type of shit.
Yeah, I came here to make money, not friends.
Yeah, I ain't making friends. I'm not like hanging out,
Yeah,
maybe
I'm
on
not doing
occasion
that.
and back in the day.
Be sociable. You a sociable person.
I am, but when it comes to work,
Not so much.
not so much. You know, if
Okay.
it's like a one-off, like a happy hours, but they make maybe.
Yeah, every now.
I don't hang out. Like even like the people that I consider friends at the gig, I don't hang out with them outside of the gig. You know what I'm saying? Like if this my boy, we talk all the time. If I see your ass out, it's hey, what's up, dude? Blah 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 blah. I'm definitely not talking about work outside of work. I try not. Let me not. That's not fair. I try not to.
I don't even like talking about work at home.
I try not to. Dude, one of my coworkers decided to have something that they created out of Indiana not too long ago. Dude, it was the most awkward shit ever.
Wow.
Because we ain't really friends. Like at the gig, we would, oh, hey, let's go get a cup of coffee and donuts and that shit. But then somebody wanted to have like a little team get together.
Right.
Plus, we were having some issues. We've been having some issues just kind of connecting and bonding. Somebody thought it would be a good idea. Fuck it, I go. You know. But it was so awkward. Oh my God, it was so awkward. Like we had I ain't gonna say.
You know what it is, and you don't know what their outside of work personality is. So like, let's say you smoke weed. You might not want to smoke weed around your coworkers,
Right.
Yeah.
or you a drinker. You might not even
Or
wanna drink
what you
around
look
them.
like after you drink.
That too.
You might want to keep a certain perception of yourself even outside of the office at all times.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So everybody don't, because the motherfucker that cut loose, sometimes it can come back on them some kind of way.
Especially as black people,
when
man.
you working
Especially with black people,
when
man.
you're working with white people.
That's what I'm saying. As a black guy that been in corporate, you know, I cringe sometimes when it's some cat, when it's a cat that come in there, and I ain't saying that you got to perform in coon, but it's a certain way you got to conduct yourself, man. If you what?
No, I'm agreeing with you.
It's some things that like that when that what's the Dave Chappelle when keeping it real goes wrong.
Yeah.
You know, like first of all, I ain't shucking and jiving. When if somebody that's non-black coming to like, hey, they be want to call you by your initials and your first name. No, my name is Lemuel. Don't call me
I
E.
hate when they come in.
Like, hey, what's up, E? And make up nicknames and shit. No, dog. My name is Lemuel. And then you get labeled. Now you're like, oh, look at him. He's no, dude, this is my name.
That's a little stiff. That's a little stiff.
At the job where I was at, man, it was kind of corny.
I'm fine with that.
I ain't gonna let you get that comfortable.
When I don't like this shit, I'm fine with that.
With the who?
You said that comfortable.
Yeah, I ain't gonna let
Yeah.
I'm fine with that. What I don't like is when you try to bring the hood shit to work. Like I used to work for a online school, helping motherfuckers admissions advisor.
Okay.
Mm.
Right. So it's a little dude that went to Howard. He think he a slick talking motherfucker, but he don't realize this corporate America, all that slick talk got a place.
Yeah,
This
right.
motherfucker on the phone with his customer. It just so happened like the national director's walking around.
Nice.
He on the phone with a student. He like, yeah, so you gonna go on? He said, so you ready to get your school on or what? Get your school? The director looked at me and said, did you just say get his school on? I said, yes. He looked at me, he just shook his head. I say, dog,
Boundaries, nigga.
dog, what are you doing? Like, you can't be on this motherfucker talking about getting your school on. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, I'm just being me. He want a motherfucker. He determined to stay black. You know what I'm saying? Like, he got everybody got to see.
Hey, you watched Insecure, didn't you?
Yeah.
Did you watch it?
Yeah.
Y'all remember the first episode, the first season? Molly was the lawyer, right?
Hey, Molly.
Yeah,
I love
that's
Molly.
oh my god, that's a whole
Molly,
other. I can't stand Molly. She's like the worst
She's a terrible
friend.
human being.
She was the worst friend.
She's unattractive as shit.
Yeah, she was the worst friend.
I hate unattractive girls with pretty girl energy.
They
sorry, I had
had
to
their
say it.
differences, but Molly was. Yeah,
I can see that though.
Molly was cool people.
So you don't bother you with when unattractive chicks got fine girl energy?
Yeah.
That's Molly.
definitely.
That's funny.
That's Molly.
Hey, but the reason I brought up Molly, y'all remember that scene? It was a character that she worked there at the firm. I don't know what her title was. Maybe she's another lawyer, but she was talking about I brought my lunch and this and that.
Oh yeah.
And she was trying to, and then the one partner was like, "Hey, do you mind just going to talk to her?" And she was like, Molly was like, "Yeah, I go talk to her."
That shit didn't go well.
That shit didn't go well. And Molly was like, "All right, motherfucker." Next thing you know, she was getting to talking to.
Yeah, I remember that.
I done seen it, G.
Yeah,
I done seen it. Motherfucker forget they at work. I do it sometimes too, but I do it with talking to a friend of mine who I grew up with. So since I've noticed as a child, like when he and I talk, I'll sometimes slip into the "What's up, my nigga?" You know what I'm saying? Damn, we at work. I'm like, you're right. But that's only because I've known him since I'm like 14.
Hey, have you ever slipped and said "nigga" like around a bunch of white people at work?
Yep, I do.
I'm sure I have.
I call them nigga.
I'm sure I have.
Yeah,
I'm sure I have. But motherfuckers
How
don't
did
play
that
with
make
me
you
like
feel
that.
when you called them that?
I know the definition of nigga.
Oh, okay. In that regards, okay.
I didn't feel the type of way because I wish the motherfucker would say it back.
Well, I
Don't
work.
pull it. Don't do
Dude,
it.
look, I worked for some racists when I first got in the union. So I was in the union
Ooh,
construction.
wow. Yeah.
You know them
For
motherfuckers drive nothing but
racist
American-made
ass
trucks.
Irish
Right.
motherfucker.
Well, you pull up at a union hall, ain't nothing but Fords, Dodges, and
and
Chevys. It ain't a Toyota,
GMC.
none of that. Yeah, GMC, all
It was
American
this
made with the
old
union.
dude named Marty McLeod.
That
You
sounds. That
You know he ain't like this. 'cause he got a nigga
Irish
last name.
Vietnam veteran.
That sounds real. What's his name?
Marty McLeod.
Probably got father a cop or some shit.
Look,
Hmm.
he let you know he was motherfucking racist.
I don't like my racist
But
like that.
I became cool with him.
They're
And
the
so
best
like
racists.
we were scaffold partners. And he got comfortable with me and shit. But he made it up. Yeah, I don't like niggas. But you all right.
Hold on. He said the word.
Yeah, I don't like niggas. Man, look. Them niggas say niggas all the goddamn time.
Not the fuck to me. He won't.
What
Nigga,
you
better-
gonna do?
fuck I'm doing.
We finna have a fucking conversation, my nigga. What the fuck is you talking about?
Okay,
What?
so what?
I had to happen before.
So what about your conversation?
Yeah.
Right.
No, you ain't gonna say it around
Like-
me no more.
He like,
What
all
you
right,
gonna do?
All right, nigga.
We gonna find out. Say that shit again. We gonna find out. Hey, you can always find out. What? I had it
Lose my
happen. Fam, I had it happen. I'm in a sales job. The trainer's a cool ass, tattered ass white boy. So he figures since he a cool ass, tattered ass white boy who ain't racist, he can say the shit. So he like, yeah, you know me, I'm a motherfucking what do you say? You know they call, I'm a trailer park redneck, woo whoop wham. I got friends who speaks, friends who nigga, whoa. I hear you. We ain't doing that.
Mm.
We not doing that, bro.
I feel you.
I almost did it to a dude at my job.
You ain't called me nigga?
I was at somebody's wedding, so I didn't want to cause a scene because I didn't know how he would react. Had we been at work, I wouldn't have gave a fuck. But I didn't want to fuck dude wedding up. but he was a Spanish cat. He's a Latino cat. And he was like, yeah, what's up, my niggas?
Yeah, nah, we ain't doing that. Now that we ain't doing.
Yeah.
I looked at my girl. She was like,
Yeah, that we
cool.
ain't
Like,
doing.
all right.
Yeah, you ain't gonna address me as
Joe,
nigga.
can't no white man look me in. Now, I ain't gonna get angry and whoop his ass. But if a white dude look me in my face and be like, yeah, I don't like niggas. Hey, bro, hey. You gonna have to say that another motherfucking way.
But see, I'm different because I know the definition of nigga.
Me too.
And my thing is like, well, anybody can be a
He
nigga.
ain't me. He
It's just
ain't-
an
he ain't
uncivilized
mean
person.
You probably say so. You know what? Neither can I, nigga.
Right, and
I'm
that's
not
me,
doing
like,
that.
shit. I'm like, you can be a nigga too. You know that,
I'm
right?
respectful,
Because
but I
if
am
you
And
go
that
going.
anywhere,
response
you
may put them in that
uncivilized.
category.
Nah, fuck
That
that.
makes you a nigga.
Hey, dog,
Not the color of your skin.
I know.
And right now you being a nigga because you're acting uncivilized.
I would have told
Right.
that. Let me tell you
Right.
something, bro. I
Right.
know your dick
that's
get
just
hard
me.
every time you say that in front of a black man and you walk away breathing. You're not gonna say that to me. I went to a high school full of motherfuckers, and that's why they do that shit. That shit get them hard. That's a power move when they can say nigga in front of
And
a
get
black
away with
dude.
it.
And
Well,
now
he
I
gonna
understand where
say-
you coming from.
He gonna say
but-
chink in front of a Chinese person.
Yeah,
he gonna say
that's a power
wetback
move,
in front-
dog. All them is power moves where he trying to establish fucking dominance in a passive way. And if nobody
Boy,
gonna
he
react,
just racist as fuck, and that's how
No, no,
Archie
no.
fucking
Yeah,
Bunker
that one.
motherfucker.
no.
That one.
There's a difference between being racist and being ignorant and disrespectful. You can be racist and never disrespect a motherfucker. You just feel how you
Right.
feel. But when you coming out saying that shit, inflammatory shit to the people you talking about and expecting them not to react, you ignorant and you think you a gangster. You think you untouchable.
Right, but I don't. Think
I don't
he
care
was
how much I hate
being that.
Italians. I'm not gonna call them a fucking whatever in their face, dog.
Right, yeah.
I mean, even if I was racist as fuck, I may say it amongst friends and family. But I ain't going, when you say it in a motherfucker face, it's a power move. I went to high school with kids like that. And I used to let them motherfuckers know, fam, I fight in school. I ain't like y'all.
Yeah.
I grew up in an all-black neighborhood, and how we grew up, where it started is where the fuck it finished. Y'all do this after school shit. You say this shit in front of me, I'm gonna whoop your ass in class. And I wasn't no tough-ass motherfucker. I wasn't never no gangsta-ass kid. But what I didn't take is a don't play with me, Joe. I will not be you will not get your jokes off me.
Yeah,
You
at
will
all.
not build your ego off me.
Nope.
You ain't finna, I'm not finna be the dude you get your wins off of.
Mm-hmm.
So y'all can roast me. We friends. I'm good with that. But if you think I'm finna be the nigga that you make fun of every day,
Nah, I ain't gonna.
like
be
I'm
that
finna
dude.
get my rocks off on Lance, Lance gonna test you. Fans, how I was raised.
Yeah.
No.
Lance, Lance is going to test you.
Facts.
I know you thought that shit was cool, but now I'm gonna test you. I had a white dude at my job. He used to talk all this racist shit. He never was disrespectful, but black this, black that. I say, bro, let me ask you a question. You ever been to Chicago? He said, yeah. I said, no, not downtown. Have you ever been in the inner cities? He said,
Broadview.
exactly. Ghetto.
You've
Rugged.
been to Broadview.
You ever been in the inner cities? Like you ever drove around the west side, the south side? You ever got some friends? Have you ever been in the inner city of Chicago? He says, no. I said, you done lived in Plainfield your whole life? He said, yeah. I got a question for you. How the fuck do you know so much about the city?
Right. News.
I say, dog, you don't never go to Chicago. You don't know nothing about Chicago. You ain't got no friends there. You ain't been nowhere in Chicago outside of down fucking town. And every day you in this bitch talking about the city, this and this, nigga, you don't know nothing about it. You ain't even, I said, you know what you saying to me? Them congressmen who grew up in the hills and making laws for broke people.
Yeah.
Y'all got mad opinions on shit y'all ain't never seen. Nigga got all the type of opinions about why motherfuckers in poverty do this and do that. I say, nigga, you in poverty.
Right.
What are you talking about? Your wife don't work. You make $50,000 a year. You got a special needs kid. You got 3 fucking
Damn.
kids at home. You got one car. That motherfucker 15 years old. Nigga, this nigga talk
You
like
read him down like that?
yeah, he talked like he was rich. He a white conservative Republican who believe every negative stereotype about black people. But this motherfucker broke, dog. This nigga driving a 15-year-old car that's beat the fuck up and he can't afford a new one. But you got all these opinions about niggas in the hood. You just broke in Plainfield. Like you say, you a nigga. You a nigga.
Facts.
So I know I'm just saying I like racists like the ones. I like the ones, but you can't disrespect me.
Right.
And I'm
don't
fine with you
disrespect me.
openly admitting you're racist.
Yeah.
That won't get me bothered.
Mm-hmm.
Now I know what I'm fucking with.
Right.
I don't like secret racists.
Nah.
Smile behind your back and man, the fucking niggers as soon as they walk away. Yeah, that's the ones I got a problem. But dudes would be like, hey, dog, I got a problem with black people.
Yeah.
I sit down and have a conversation with you.
Yeah, what's your problem?
is.
What's
Yeah, we could talk.
I
And let's clear some shit up.
When I went to
Because I got a problem with white people.
hey, on jury duty,
So,
the motherfucker said
shit.
no jury duty.
Right.
No, they ask you, you gonna woo up to him. He said, I can't
make sure that you gonna judge it fairly.
Yeah, he said, I can't. They said, why not? He said, I got a problem with black people. It was like explained. He said, my father was a cop for years, and my brother and my uncles were all cops, and everything they ever told me about black people, this is jaded my view. They said, you're dismissed. Bye.
He did that shit on purpose.
He's smart. I did the same shit.
He just didn't want to be in jury.
I wanted to. I wouldn't. I didn't have the guts. I ain't gonna lie. I wanted to get up there and say some bullshit, just like he did. I wanted to, but whatever. I just couldn't do it. G. I wanted to get up there and be like, "Fuck Whitey," you know, just to get dismissed. But anyway, it's getting late. You about to get up out of here, man. We had a good ass show. We had some dope conversation, a little playing around, a little serious. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think the people like when we get a little serious, though. They seem to like our mature conversation. Fuck that shit.
Pardon my seriousness.
See? And I say this, man. I know I put myself on the chopping block and lock, man. I think I deserve some credit for that, Joe.
Yeah, you do.
I think I deserve credit for always putting myself out there for scrutiny and criticism. And I rarely, if ever, react. And y'all be saying some mean shit.
Could you get off on that shit? You
like that shit, man.
Not really. I would
stop
say that.
You're talking about you just like the motherfucking racist dude you talking about that.
I actually don't get off on it. It just don't bother. I don't get off on it. I find it interesting.
It's entertaining to you because you like to debate.
But I'm not debating people when they tell me about me. I don't say nothing. I find it. I like to hear what people think about me, but I don't. I find it interesting. I don't care. Like when I hear the opinions, I'm not going to take in what you said and consider making change. I always find it interesting how and what people think about shit. So what people think about me in this platform is interesting.
I'm the same way.
Now, whether I'm gonna take it and do something with it, no.
I actually get off on it.
Oh, we know you get up on the Sam.
Yeah. See, I think you do get off on it.
You definitely. You might be worse than Lance with the
but see, because I don't get off on it. I just post shit just for motherfuckers.
You are definitely worse than Lance with the baiting.
Yeah. You purposely throw us. You lobbing shit out there.
Listen, you might not be throwing grenades in the room and closing the door and come back and look at the carnage, but you throw water balloons, motherfucker. You throwing like look at y'all wet.
Paintball.
Right.
Sam be like,
definitely trying to trigger.
Here was Sam post.
Reaction.
I had a great weekend. I fucked 3 bitches. 2 of them I like. 1 of them I didn't like, but I might keep fucking with her because she made a hell of a pasta. Y'all think I'm bogus? And then he just sit back and look like, what did I do? Right.
I ain't answering no more.
But I didn't lie to none of them. You know,
I ain't lying to them.
They know about each other.
Why you talking about these women like that, Sam? Because they not in here.
Ooh.
That should have me rolling. No, I don't eat it up like you. I just find it interesting. That's all. And I don't let it bother me. If one of y'all had a criticism of me because you actually know me,
right,
I would listen if I disagreed.
Fact.
I'd be like, okay. You know what I'm saying? If you don't know me well, but if you spend some time around me, and you like, man, G, I see you always be doing woo wop de wham. I'll be like, for real?
Tell me more.
Cause my homie, I ain't got time for another story. We got to get up out of here. But I'm just saying, I think I do deserve some credit for the ass kickings I be taking with grace.
You definitely deserve
because you motherfuckers are not nice.
Oh, they not.
Look at the camera when you say that. Because that's who you talking to.
They are not nice. And I take that shit like a G. This week, y'all been kicking my back end. I took it like a G. That's all I'm saying. I just think I deserve some credit. But anyway,
give you credit.
Man, still in this motherfucker like.
And I'm finna talk more shit. You know I'm finna talk more shit. Anyway, you about to shut it down. Hey, I thought it was a dope ass show. Appreciate you coming through as always. You know, you family in this bitch. You come through whenever you want to.
Whenever you want to.
You come through whenever you want to.
Yeah.
As always, you know what I'm saying? It's part of my ugly everything. I need to start back uploading this to audio. I have not. I got to get back on my business. I am trying to work some things out. I'm trying to put together a crew of people to help me do some new things with PMU. So in the near future, hopefully we'll have some more things other than just the podcast and the show to expand the brand. bringing people together. You know what I'm saying? We had a big event and a couple little small events.
Yeah,
There's a lot of friends, people that made friends and new
Yeah.
acquaintances. And when I know it's a lot of arguing in the group, but when we get together, the vibe is always dope.
Yeah.
Every event we have, whether it's been PMU people with new and is always dope. So we're gonna take advantage of that and do some new shit in the new year. So
yeah.
I want to say thank y'all for checking us out.
And
Go
you know
ahead.
what? Real talk. I mean, if y'all have some ideas, or I think we even talked about like having some of the members give us topics that they will want us to talk about.
They never give us none, really.
Yeah. So what I'll do is I'll take ownership of from time to time making a post, and I'll get creative with some kind of anchoring image or video to get you all's attention, to just give us some ideas about future shows. If you want to come on and you got a topic you want to talk about, you know, that'll be an opportunity.
Let's do
for
an
you to
ask
share.
them. They think you all mature and shit. They
I am
can send
mature.
you
They
questions.
think.
Yeah, they wrong.
Shit.
They can send. Well, I know how you are. You be getting annoyed.
Big ups to the wire.
Would you be okay if they sent you some questions that they could ask
Absolutely.
to your inbox?
Hey, the journalist in me would definitely look forward to that.
Call that shit. Let Lim learn you something.
That's lame.
So mean. That's how they talk to me, G. You could have been much nicer the way you said that.
No. I give it the way you give it.
Fucked up.
No. Yeah, pause.
On that note,
We about this bitch. Goddamn it. Shut that motherfucker down.
Later. Love
What did he
yourself.
say earlier? You gotta pull it up out
You gotta
of
pull up out of it. The nigga's like, pause. I kept talking. And he was like, pause again. I'm like, what? Oh shit.
I don't even be playing that pause game like that.